Warrior Lore. Chapter 3673. Why don't I subdue some old crazy demons? Wang Xian looked at Water Demon, who was swallowing the eternal pregnancy fruit quickly, and his eyes lit up. Old Witch Water Demon. As long as there were enough eternal pregnancy fruits, she would definitely break through. As for the birth of a Dominator rank expert, the chances of that happening were extremely small. Subduing them would mean having a sovereign level expert, which would be of great benefit to the Dragon Palace. Most importantly, after they broke through, they could not be judged by the standards of ordinary First-Order Universe sovereigns. Their combat power was far beyond that of a First-Order Universe sovereign. Wang Xian took out the Universe AI and looked at the private messages on it. His eyes lit up. There were experts who were willing to exchange inborn cardinal treasures for eternal pregnancy fruits, and many old monsters who wanted to buy a dozen of them. Wang Xian was not sure if these were real buyers, but since they wanted to buy, he would naturally sell. Now, the resources he needed to break through were not much. It was not difficult for Wang Xian to get his hands on these resources. He still had quite a number of eternal pregnancy fruits. Another 200 to 300 eternal pregnancy fruits should be enough for him to break through. Let's go to the Hongshu Ancient Celestial Nation first, Wang Xian said to Water Demon Sorceress as he flew towards the Hongshu Ancient Celestial Nation. When he arrived at the Hongshu Ancient Celestial Nation, he opened the Universe AI and looked through it one by one. The Universe AI would have a name, and a portion of the strong would use their own life on the Universe AI. Of course, there were many who used fake names. However, some of the crazy old demons in the Invincible region used their real names on the AI. For example, Ming Shusheng, Demon Feather, and Shi San. They did not hide or change the names on the Universe AI. Wang Xian looked through his private messages and found the names one by one. Ming Shusheng, Demon Feather, Shi San, Thunder Flash, Sky Shrouding. These names, in the Invincible domain, were all existences that resounded like thunder. They were all powerful and terrifying crazy demons. These 5 crazy demons had all sent messages to Wang Xian, wanting to buy the eternal pregnancy fruits from him. As for whether they really wanted to trade goods or directly snatch it, it was hard to say, but Wang Xian could call them over to have a look. Ming Shasheng, Yao Yu, call the 2 of them over first. Wang Xian planned in his heart as he replied to them. First, trade with them. As for why he chose to trade with them first, he had his own reasons. After the message was sent, he received a reply very quickly. Of the 2 crazy old devils, Ming Shasheng would arrive in 5 days, while Yao Yu would arrive in 3 days. Wang Xian arranged for them to conduct the transaction at the Hongshu Ancient Divine Kingdom 5 days later. I hope they won't disappoint me. As Wang Xian spoke, he waited patiently. In the Invincible domain, the old monsters were still discussing about the eternal pregnancy fruit. However, they now encountered a problem. They did not know where the Dragon King was, and they could not contact him through the Universe AI. This caused many experts to feel slightly anxious, but there was nothing he could do. After receiving Wang Xian's reply, Ming Shisheng and Demon Wings naturally wouldn't spread the news. They quickly flew towards the Hongshu Ancient Divine Kingdom. Crash! After 3 days, Yao Yu, who had a huge pair of wings, flew over. He scanned the surroundings. The Hongshu Ancient Divine Kingdom is the lair of the Devil Destroyer Circle. Now, I don't see any experts from the Devil Destroyer Circle. What happened? Why would Maniac Jean Show announce that news? Why? Is it a conspiracy of the Dragon King, or? Yao Yu looked around with vigilance in his eyes. He did not approach the Hongshu Ancient Divine Kingdom, but waited quietly from afar. Wong wong wong. 2 days flashed again, and a dark ray of light shot towards them. Huh. Yao Yu looked at the dark ray of light. Terrifying demonic aura surged from his body as he stared at it with his sharp eyes. Yao Yu, it's you. Have you received the message from the Dragon King too? Ming Shisheng stopped in the void as he stared at Yao Yu. That's right. Have you received it too? Seems like the Dragon King has the intention to call the 2 of us over to conduct a transaction. Yao Yu said plainly. Ming Shisheng looked at him before sweeping his gaze across the surroundings. Wang. At this time, they saw a figure flying out from the Hongshu ancient divine kingdom. His eyes were beaming. Dragon King of the Dragon Palace. Yao Yui stared at that figure and shouted, "Hee hee, since the two of you are here, it's only natural for me to show up to conduct a transaction." Wang Xian looked at them and flew towards them with a smile. "I wonder how many eternal pregnancy fruits the Dragon King has. I want to trade with inborn cardinal treasures." Yao Yui stared at Wang Xian and asked directly, "I have a lot of eternal pregnancy fruits with me, which should be enough for you to stabilize your mental states and make breakthroughs. If you want to stabilize your mental states and make breakthroughs, you will need about 200 eternal pregnancy fruits. The price remains the same as before, but I have another way to trade." Wang Xian looked at them and said with a smile, "The Hongshu ancient divine kingdom is the lair of the devil breakers and the base of Jin Shou. Why haven't I seen any traces of them?" Ming Shishing suddenly asked an irrelevant question as he stared at Wang Xian with his blood-red eyes. "Maniac Jin Shou and his devil breakers tried to ambush me, but I've annihilated them," Wang Xian replied plainly. Ming Shisheng was stunned by his words. "What's the second way? Can we really make breakthroughs with 200 eternal pregnancy fruits?" Yao Yui wasn't bothered by the situation of Maniac Jin Shou. He stared at Wang Xian and asked with rapid breathing, "The possibility of a breakthrough is 95%. Wang Xian said plainly, "The second way is for you to join the Dragon Palace with me as your leader. I'll give you 200 eternal pregnancy fruits for free immediately. I can also guarantee that it won't take long for you to make breakthroughs." "Huh? Join the Dragon Palace with you as my leader?" Yao Yui stared at Wang Xian with a slight change in his expression. Wang Xian smiled and nodded his head. "If the two of you agree, I can give you the eternal pregnancy fruits first." "All right. If eternal pregnancy fruits can really help me make breakthroughs, I'm willing to join the Dragon Palace with you as my leader." Ming Shisheng's expression changed slightly as he spoke to Wang Xian. "Sure, join the Dragon Palace and I won't mistreat the two of you." As Wang Xian spoke, he waved his arm and 400 eternal pregnancy fruits flew towards them. "Huh." Yao Yui was taken aback when he saw the eternal pregnancy fruits flying towards him. He hadn't agreed and the Dragon King had given him 200 eternal pregnancy fruits? This is Chapter 3674. Before Demonic Feather could agree, he had already received 200 eternal pregnancy fruits. Ming Shashang was slightly taken aback by how straightforward Wang Xian was. This time, he didn't want to make a deal. The value of a few hundred eternal pregnancy fruits was comparable to a Khanate cardinal treasure. But he didn't have a Khanate cardinal treasure. With the resources he had on hand, he wouldn't be able to exchange for a large number of eternal pregnancy fruits. This time, he was prepared to directly snatch it. He had blind confidence in his own strength. Although he was no match for the Dragon King, it would not be a problem for him to fish in troubled waters. He believed that there would be many old monsters like him. When the time came, he would have to rely on his own strength and luck. But who would have thought that with just a few words, the other party would give him the eternal pregnancy fruit? He didn't even swear an oath. Ming Sha Shang sized up the eternal pregnancy fruit in front of him and checked it. There were no problems. He opened his mouth and crushed the eternal womb fruit in his hand, turning it into streams of energy that entered his body. After absorbing more than 100 eternal pregnancy fruits, he could feel that his state of madness had disappeared. Although it wouldn't completely disappear, there wouldn't be any problems for at least tens of millions of years. Even if he were to fight with his full strength, he could still last for a very long time. He felt that his mind was now clear, and the blurry path of cultivation was much more refreshing. Perhaps, after he absorbed all the eternal embryo fruits, he might really be able to break through. Ming Shisheng's breathing was slightly hurried. At the side, Demon Feather had also absorbed over 100 eternal pregnancy fruits. His eyes were filled with excitement. What Madman Golden Blaze said was true. With the help of the eternal pregnancy fruit, they could break through. Phew, Dragon King. Can you lower the price of the eternal pregnancy fruit? Fiendish Wings asked Wang Xian as his eyes sparkled. The price will not change. Wang Xian shook his head. Ha ha ha, price? This eternal pregnancy fruit is already in my hands. So why would you still care about the price? Ha ha ha, thank you for the eternal pregnancy fruit, Dragon King. Let's meet again if fate wills it. Meanwhile, Ming Sha Sheng suddenly roared madly with excitement, and then his figure flashed and immediately fled towards the distance. From the moment he spoke to the moment he left, he did not pause at all. Hee, not paying any price? You're courting death. Wang Xian wasn't surprised to see Ming Shusheng trying to escape. He chuckled, flapped his unbeginning saint wings and chased after Ming Shusheng rapidly. His speed was far from what Ming Shisheng could compare to. Do you want to exchange with primordial cardinal treasures, or? When demonic feathers saw Wang Xian chasing after Ming Shasheng, his expression changed. The Dragon King's behavior was a little strange. He did not complete the transaction, but directly gave the eternal pregnancy fruit to them. This was very strange. He felt that there was a conspiracy. The Dragon King was too bold. Go. Yao Yui's eyes flashed with sharpness. The Dragon King was very bold, but so were they. Since they could obtain 200 everlasting pregnancy fruits without paying any price, they would naturally accept it without hesitation. As for the Dragon King's revenge, was he afraid of it? If he could really break through, he would be able to kill the Dragon King if he dared to seek revenge. Crash! Demon Wings flapped its wings and instantly flew in the opposite direction of Wang Xian and the rest. So. Demon Wings, you have also violated the rules. Surrender or die. Just as he flapped his wings, Wu Sha and Water Demon flew out of the Hengshu ancient holy kingdom at a terrifying speed. They fixed their eyes on Demon Wings. At the same time, 4 doppelgangers of Nether Ghost appeared and surrounded him. Huh. What? Old Witch. Water Demon. When Demon Wings saw Wu Sha and Water Demon, his expression changed drastically. He stared at them and asked, You have surrendered to the Dragon King? Yes. What's wrong with surrendering to the Dragon King? It won't be long before we can break through. Hee. Water Demon stared at Demon Wings and said with a faint smile, What does the Dragon King mean by this? He generously gave us the everlasting pregnancy fruit first? What is he going to do now? Demon Wings stared at them and asked with a gloomy expression, What is he going to do? To make you surrender, of course. You want to take away the everlasting pregnancy fruit without any transaction. Naturally, you have to pay the price. Wu Sha said plainly with a smile on her face. Hee, this Dragon King is really principled. He actually wants to make us surrender in this way. Yao Yui sneered and stared at them coldly as he mocked them. Our Dragon King is very principled. If you want to make a normal transaction, then so be it. But it's a pity that you don't. So, you will be suppressed and killed. Water Demon stared at Demon Wings as the water around him began to spread. Humph. Old Witch, Water Demon, do you think you can keep me here with just the 2 of you? Wishful thinking. I will never submit to that Dragon King, and the eternal pregnancy fruit belongs to me too. Demon Wings' huge wings began to flap, and a terrifying hurricane gathered around him. You have no choice now. If you don't surrender, then die. Our Dragon King said that this is the original sin of greed. As Wu Sha spoke, she began to wave the magic wand in her hand. Magic arrays began to form rapidly. Rumble, rumble, rumble. At this time, the 4 doppelgangers of Nether Ghost suddenly released a terrifying aura. 4 beams of dark light shot up to the sky and completely enveloped Demon Wings in darkness. Huh. The doppelgangers of Nether Ghost are so powerful. How can they be so strong? Could it be that the Dragon King has subdued other crazy demons of the Nether Clan? No. Among the crazy demons of the Nether Clan, only Ming Shashing has such a powerful aura. When Demon Wings saw the terrifying strength of the 4 doppelgangers of Nether Ghost, he narrowed his eyes and was shocked. Water Demon, Old Witch, and these 4 doppelgangers of Nether Ghost could easily kill him. Damn it, this Dragon King is really shameless. If he wants to subdue us, he can just make a move, and he even resorted to such petty tricks. Demon Wings looked a little embarrassed. This was the first time he had seen such a principled guy. Yes, Wang Xian was very principled. He did not like to force others to surrender. If others did not provoke him, he would not kill them for no reason. Therefore, Wang Xian was prepared to use this method. If the two crazy demons, Demon Wings and Ming Shasheng, had a good deal, everything would go according to the rules. All right, the deal is done, and you can leave. But if they were greedy, Wang Xian would suppress them with a peace of mind. Either surrender or die. Clearly, none of the crazy demons of the invincible domain were kind. Damn it, how can the Dragon King's speed be so terrifying? How can he be so strong? At the same time, Ming Shasheng, who was the first to escape, growled in a low voice. Hee, Ming Shasheng, you have lost your chance to choose. Either surrender or die. Wang Xian stared at Ming Shasheng and said with a smile, this time, he should be able to reap a good harvest. Chapter 3675. You want me to submit? Dream on. If it was before, I might not be your match. But now that I've consumed the eternal pregnancy fruit, I can maintain my state of mind. Don't even think about suppressing me. Dragon King, you're too arrogant. Ming Shasheng watched as Wang Xian chased after him. Sensing Wang Xian's terrifying speed, his face turned ugly. However, Ming Shasheng was confident at this moment. Roar, roar. 100 ghosts, run. In the next instant, his body split into over 200 dark ghost doppelgangers. Each doppelganger flew in a different direction. Hee, Ming Shasheng, I said you can't escape, so you can't. Wang Xian was shocked to see that he had more than 200 nether ghost doppelgangers. He sneered and flapped his unbeginning sacred wings. Countless thunderbolts and hurricanes engulfed over 200 dark ghost doppelgangers. No one can catch me if I want to escape. Dark Ghost let out a low growl. Dark force surged from over 200 dark ghost doppelgangers to resist Wang Xian's attack. Swoosh. But at this time, Wang Xian focused his eyes and locked on to Dark Ghost's real body. He instantly appeared above his head. Ming Shasheng's strength came from his joint attack with Dark Ghost doppelgangers. Now that they were escaping separately, his real body was very, very weak. Wang Xian could easily kill him in an instant. Boom! The dragon claw swept past, filled with the power of annihilation, and directly swept across his body. However, his dragon claws instantly passed through Ming Shasheng's body, leaving a trail of black flames in the void. His real body had disappeared. You've transformed with your doppelgangers? Then I'd like to see how many times you can use this life-saving technique of yours. Wang Xian snorted. Ming Shasheng's move was very powerful. He could even transfer his real body to his doppelgangers. It was a powerful life-saving technique. However, in the next instant, Wang Xian flapped his unbeginning sacred wings, locked on to one of Dark Ghost's doppelgangers, and attacked him. Ming Shasheng's doppelgangers were only slightly faster than ordinary third-order universe sovereigns. But Wang Xian's speed was 10 times faster. Under such terrifying speed, unless he was given enough time, he wouldn't be able to escape in a short period of time. How is this possible? How can you tell the location of my main body? When Ming Shasheng saw Wang Xian attacking his main body again, his expression changed drastically. He could switch between Dark Ghost clones, but this was not an unlimited number of times. Moreover, the distance between the main body and the doppelganger was not limitless. Although this separation was enough to reach a great distance, there was still a limit. Once he was locked onto by the Dragon King at all times, it would be difficult for him to escape given the Dragon King's speed. I refuse to believe that you can lock onto me forever. Ming Shasheng gritted his teeth. More than 200 clones fled in all directions at the fastest speed. Bam! Wang Xian came to his original body and swept his dragon claws again. But this time, Ming Shasheng's body still disappeared instantly. This ability was somewhat similar to teleportation. His avatar was the medium for teleportation. Humph! Wang Xian snorted. Through the unbeginning sacred wings, he locked onto another doppelganger of Nether Ghost and attacked him. There are still 8 more chances. The possibility of me escaping is still high. Ming Shasheng thought to himself when he saw Wang Xian locking onto his main body again. He was calculating the distance between each doppelganger of Nether Ghost. Swish! At this time, His body was locked onto, and a chain was sweeping towards him. Ming Sha Sheng did not hesitate. Once again, he converted his energy and the doppelganger dissipated. Wang Xian waved his palm, and the 5 elements grindstone appeared in his hand. He flew towards the dozens of doppelganger. He moved his body and flew towards Ming Sha Sheng's main body again. I've been locked onto again. How far is he from me? Damn it. That treasure in his hand is so terrifying. I can't teleport in that direction. I have to retrieve my doppelganger. Ming Sha Sheng's expression was extremely ugly. He could feel the terrifying energy and pressure from the 5 elements grindstone. This was not something that dozens of doppelganger of Nether Ghost could withstand. In order to prevent his doppelganger from being killed, he had to retrieve it. Once he retrieved it, he would have one less direction to escape to. Swish. Ming Sha Sheng, I've said it before. You can't escape unless you can teleport your main body endlessly. Wang Xian caught up with his main body again and said plainly, damn it. Ming Sha Sheng's face was dark. He could only teleport again. But soon, Wang Xian locked onto him again and he teleported again. I don't think I can lock onto my main body. The distance between my 2 doppelganger is already at its limit. Even if I were to fly by myself, it would take me 2 minutes. Ming Sha Sheng roared with bloodshot eyes during the last teleportation. This time, the distance between the teleportation and the original location of the body was 2 minutes apart. He would need to fly at his fastest speed during these 2 minutes. If he could still be locked onto it this time, he would be doomed. This Dragon King is simply too insane. Be it speed or treasures, it's no wonder the old witch and water demon would submit to him. He's too strong. He thought to himself as he flew with all his might. Can you still teleport? However, a terrifying voice sounded behind him after a dozen seconds. This caused his body to tremble violently, and the power of darkness in his body shook. I'm doomed. Dragon King, I surrender. I surrender. Ming Sha Sheng roared as he broke down. His teleportation ability had reached its limit, and he couldn't teleport anymore. If he were to be killed by the Dragon King, he would really be dead. He had already found a way to break through, and it wouldn't take long for him to do so. Asking him to die at this time? How could he be willing to do so? He had waited for billions of years to break through to the sovereign realm. Asking him to die now? It was better to surrender. What were you doing earlier? Wang Xian smiled faintly. With a wave of his palm, a drop of blood essence landed in front of him. Consume it. Summon the Cosmos God Nation over. Wang Xian ordered him. Yes, Dragon King. I'm completely convinced by you, and have decided to respect you as my king in the future. Ming Sha Sheng said helplessly. So be it. Fortunately, I can break through now. Ming Sha Sheng's surrender made Wang Xian reveal a smile. Let's go. Follow me back. There's still an old lunatic there. Wang Xian said faintly as he brought Ming Sha Sheng and flew towards the Hengshu Ancient Celestial Nation. When he arrived at the Hengshu Ancient Celestial Nation, Demon Wings was constantly fending off the attacks from the Old Witch and Wang Xian's 4 doppelgangers. However, he was completely suppressed. It was only a matter of time before he was killed. Chapter 3676. Nether Ghost Doppelganger. What a powerful Nether Ghost Doppelganger. Is this the Dragon King's Nether Ghost Doppelganger? When Wang Xian arrived with Ming Sha Sheng looked at the 4 dark ghost avatars besieging Demon Feather Wings in shock. The Nether Ghost avatar was unique to the Nether race. It was also because of Dark Ghost's doppelganger that the Dark race was able to rank among the peak races of the universe. But what shocked him was that the Dragon King also had a Dark Ghost avatar. The Nether race was not the only one who could refine Nether Ghost's avatar. There had been experts of other races who could also refine it. However, the probability of this happening was very small, not even 1 in a million. In addition, only a dark attribute expert could refine it. How could the Dragon King have it? Wang Xian smiled faintly. He looked at the demonic wings in front of him and said directly, surrender or die. Choose one. Oh no. Demon wings had been suppressed all this while, and didn't have the slightest strength to resist at all. When he saw Wang Xian flying over, his expression changed drastically. When he saw Ming Sha Sheng standing respectfully by the Dragon King's side, despair filled his heart. Ming Shusheng, you actually submitted to the Dragon King? Yao Yui stared at Ming Sha Sheng and said with a bitter expression, I'm willing to offer a Khanate cardinal treasure as well as some other treasures as compensation. After he finished his sentence, he looked at Wang Xian and continued speaking with a gloomy face. If he had known this would happen, he would have used the primordial treasure to exchange from the very beginning. This Dragon King is too despicable, Fiend Wing thought indignantly. When he saw Wang Xian looking at him mockingly, his expression changed. I'll give you 5 seconds to consider. Surrender or die. Wang Xian stared at him and gave him a final warning. Demon Wings, just surrender. You're not a disciple of a peak race. There's nothing wrong with surrendering to the Dragon Palace. Anyway, the Dragon Palace is going to become a peak race in the universe. Ming Shusheng said faintly to him. This caused Yao Fei's expression to flicker, and he took a deep breath. I submit. He lowered his head slightly and said, it couldn't be helped. If he didn't submit, he would be finished. Surrender. Anyway, among Crazy Old Demon, the Old Witch, Water Demon, and Ming Sha Sheng had all submitted to him, so it wasn't embarrassing for him to submit. Furthermore, just as Yao Yui had said, he wasn't an expert from one of the top clans. After he broke through, he might be recruited by other top clans. It's not bad to join Dragon Palace now. If you don't join, you will die. Very good. Wang Xian beamed with excitement. Next, it was time to consume the dragon blood and transfer the God Nation to the Dragon Palace. After subduing the two of them, Wang Xian was a little excited. Not only would they obtain all their resources, but they would also gain 2 powerful subordinates. This was simply a huge gain. Next, it's Shursin, Leishan, and Jitian's turn. Tell them to come at once. Having tasted the sweetness, Wang Xian was prepared to do the same. He took out the universe artificial intelligence and sent a message to the 3 crazy old demons. The message was quickly replied. For a treasure that could allow them to break through, the crazy old demons did not hesitate at all. They flew over at their fastest speed, fearing that an accident would happen. After agreeing on a fixed time, Wang Xian began to absorb the resources of Demonic Feather and Ming Shashing. These crazy old demons had a lot of resources. A single one of them was comparable to the resources of a powerful high-level race. Wang Xian was close to breaking through. Based on his conjecture, he should be able to break through after absorbing their resources and all the resources of 1 or 2 crazy old demons. Rumble, rumble, rumble. While Wang Xian was absorbing the resources, figures flew over from the front of the Hongshu ancient celestial kingdom. A khaki-colored stone man exuded a heavy aura. He looked around and gradually turned into an ordinary stone, floating there. Before long, a dark cloud flew over. There seemed to be something within the dark cloud. When he arrived, a branch stretched out and stared at the stone floating on his right. It was shining brightly. The dark cloud did not approach the stone but waited at the side. The last to arrive was an old monster with a purple body and human form. However, there was a lightning symbol between his brows. He looked around and murmured, Shursin, Jitian, the 2 of you are here too. Leishan, have you received the message from the Dragon King too? The khaki-colored stone transformed into a man and asked him. Leishan nodded. Time's up. Time's up. As soon as he finished his sentence, Wang Xian walked out from the inner part of the Hongshu ancient celestial kingdom. Dragon King, you have a lot of eternal pregnancy fruits? Lei Shan stared at Wang Xian and asked. That's right. With enough eternal pregnancy fruits, it will be enough for you to break through. Wang Xian nodded his head plainly. With a wave of his palm, 600 eternal pregnancy fruits flew towards them. Huh. Shursan and Lightning Flash were slightly taken aback when they saw the Dragon King giving them 200 eternal pregnancy fruits each. He gave it to them just like that? He had not even started the trade. They had not said what they would be using for the trade. You guys can consume some first and feel the effects. Wang Xian looked at them with a face full of smiles and an amiable look. The three crazy old demons were a little unsure of Wang Xian's confidence. After a detailed check, they consumed some eternal pregnancy fruits. It works. It really works. Soon, excited voices came from their mouths. The eyes of the three crazy old demons were filled with passion and excitement. All right, it's fine as long as it works. The price will be the market price. However, you guys have a second option. Join our Dragon Palace and become one of us. Our Dragon Palace hopes to have 3 experts join us. Wang Xian continued with a smiling face. Join the Dragon Palace? I'm sorry, Dragon King. I'm used to being free. The eternal pregnancy fruits are very useful to me. However, I don't have enough resources now. After I break through, we will return this favor to the Dragon Palace. Upon hearing Wang Xian, Lei Shan's eyes flickered as he spoke. Huh, not joining? What about the 2 of you? Wang Xian adjusted his eyebrows, looked at Zhetian and San, and asked, We will remember this favor and return it to you in the future. San stared at the eternal pregnancy fruits in his hand with passion and answered without lifting his head. Zhetian did not speak, but it was clear that he meant the same thing. That won't do. If you don't join, the 3 of you will have to exchange resources. Wang Xian looked at them and shook his head. Ha ha ha, Dragon King, it's a great opportunity for you and your Dragon Palace to have a favor from us. You have to grasp this opportunity and don't miss it. Let's meet again if fate allows it. Lei Shan laughed and was ready to leave. Zhetian and San were also ready to leave. Clearly, they were not going to exchange resources with them. Nonsense. The eternal pregnancy fruits were already in their hands. How could they exchange another inborn cardinal treasure? Was it possible? They were crazy old demons. Chapter 3677. Hee hee. Seeing the 3 of them preparing to escape, Wang Xian smiled and stared at them mockingly. Do you think you can escape? Wang. As soon as he finished his sentence, the old witch, water demon, Ming Shashang, and Demon Feather walked out from behind Wang Xian. They looked at San and the other 2 crazy old demons with ridicule in their eyes. A bunch of fools. Still thinking of escaping? You'd better submit to our Dragon King. Demon Feather said plainly. Not long ago, he was suppressed. Now that he saw 3 old monsters of the same level as him about to be suppressed, he was in a good mood. Huh? What? Old witch, you're not dead? And you, water demon, Ming Shashang, and Demon Feather, are you guys submitting to the Dragon King? Lei Shan and the rest, who were about to leave, narrowed their eyes when they saw the 4 of them. Their faces were filled with shock. They looked at them in disbelief. The old witch, water demon, Ming Shashang, and Demon Feather were the crazy old demons of the invincible domain, the most elite existences. Now, they appeared at the same time and even submitted to the Dragon King? This? They were in disbelief. I didn't expect you guys to submit to the Dragon King. Hee hee. Shrouding sky, which was shrouded in white clouds, extended its branches and stared at them cautiously. Swoosh. As soon as he finished his sentence, Wang Xian flapped the unbeginning saint wings behind him and appeared at their path of retreat. They have submitted. Now, it's your turn. Either submit or die. There's no other choice. Wang Xian stared at them and said plainly. None of the crazy old demons of the invincible domain were kind. Therefore, he didn't have to worry anymore. Either submit or die. Dragon King, you are looking down on us. Do you think that you can stop the 3 of us with just the 3 of you? Lei Shan's expression darkened as he stared at Wang Xian and said, It'll be easy to kill you guys. Wang Xian looked at him and said plainly, Ha ha ha, kill us? Just the 5 of you? Arrogant. Dragon King, you're too arrogant. San roared, and his body slowly grew bigger. The earthen yellow energy on his body surged out in all directions. Killing the 3 of you is indeed not difficult. Wu Sha said slowly as her staff appeared in her hand. San, lightning flash, I advise you to surrender now, so that you won't have to suffer. Humph. Lei Shan snorted coldly and immediately transmitted his voice. Zhetian, San, attack the Dragon King. Break through. Crackle. As soon as his voice fell, The terrifying power of thunder instantly erupted from his body. At the side, Sun raised his palm and clenched it tightly. An incomparably huge, earthen yellow ball appeared above him. So. Within the dark clouds, countless branches struck towards Wang Xian. The three of them launched terrifying attacks at Wang Xian at the same time. 5 Elements Grindstone. Activate. Seeing them charging towards him, Wang Xian smiled faintly. With a wave of his palm, the 5 Elements Grindstone appeared in front of him. His palm landed on it, and the power of the 5 elements surged into it, meeting their attacks head-on. At the same time, 4 dark ghost avatars appeared at his side to meet their attacks. Boom, boom. Terrifying collisions sounded as San, Lei Shan, and Jitian's attacks landed on the 5 Elements Grindstone and the dark ghost avatars. Energy surged and disappeared rapidly. Wang Xian single-handedly withstood their attacks. This is impossible. This strength. When Lei Shan and the other two saw that the Dragon King alone was able to withstand their attack, their expressions changed once again. You must be tired of living and want us to teach you a lesson. Ming Shasheng growled. Instantly, more than 200 black shadows attacked San and Jitian. Water Devil Demon's wings also attacked. Wu Sha immediately started setting up an array at the back. Hee, you won't give up until you see your coffin. Wang Xian moved his palm, and the 5 Elements Grindstone smashed heavily towards Lei Shan. The terrifying energy carried by the 5 Elements Grindstone shocked Lei Shan. He quickly dodged to the side. Swoosh. But at this moment, Wang Xian made his move and attacked Lei Shan instantly. So fast, too fast. His speed is too fast. When he saw Wang Xian charging towards him, Lei Shan's expression changed drastically again. Thunderbolt, bloodline eruption. The thunderbolt symbol between his eyebrows shone brightly and enveloped his entire body. Crackle. In an instant, he also burst forth with speed comparable to Wang Xian and dodged to the back. How can he burst forth with such speed? The eruption of Thunder Flash left Wang Xian dumbfounded. Let's see how long you can last. Wang Xian locked his eyes on him and attacked him with the power of Wind and Thunderbolt. This Dragon King's speed is too terrifying. This won't do. I have to escape immediately. I can only last for about 10 minutes. Lei Shan's expression was grave. Like a real thunderbolt, he tapped lightly and flew to the right. Swoosh. Wang Xian flapped his unbeginning saint wings and gave chase immediately. Bind. At the same time, Lingling appeared on his shoulder with the water lotus staff in her hand. She tried to bind Lei Shan. What the hell is this? Lei Shan's expression changed drastically when he saw a wave of energy coming to bind him. The water energy had hindered his speed. It reduced his speed rapidly. Dragon Breath of Life? Wang Xian opened his mouth and a torrent of energy attacked him. Lei Shan's expression changed drastically as a thunder shield appeared around him. The thunder shield rotated around him as he flew rapidly in an attempt to escape from this place. Dragon Claw. Wang Xian focused his eyes and turned his arm into a dragon claw. The light and darkness divine dragon on the Tai Chi dragon plate immediately circled around him and reinforced him. Bam! The powerful force broke through the thunder shield around Lei Shan. This Dragon King is too terrifying. It was just an instant of exchanging blows. Lei Shan realized how terrifying Wang Xian was. His heart skipped a beat. The dragon claw clawed at his body. The powerful force caused his body to tremble violently as he fell uncontrollably. At the same time, he spat out a large amount of blood. Swish, swish, swish. At this moment, the 4 doppelgangers of Nether Ghost came to his surroundings, and Wang Xian continued to attack him. It's over. We are not on the same level. Lei Shan's expression changed drastically when he saw Wang Xian charging at him again. He felt that he and the Dragon King were not on the same level at all. He had no way to resist. Total domination. Chapter 3678. Chains of Dragon Eyes. Bam, bam, bam. The chains wrapped around Lei Shan. Wang Xian's dragon claws disappeared and turned into ordinary fists, bombarding Lei Shan continuously. Every attack was imbued with the power of the divine dragon. Arg! A series of blood-curdling screams came out of Lei Shan's mouth. As an old maniac, Lei Shan was naturally strong. However, there was a huge gap between him and Wang Xian. I'll give you 3 seconds to choose. Surrender or die. Wang Xian extended his palm, grabbed Lei Shan's neck, and stared at him calmly. Cough, 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 cough. I surrender. I surrender. Lei Shan did not hesitate in the slightest as he quickly shouted. He made the same choice as Ming Shasheng and the rest not long ago. Swallow the dragon blood and summon the universe god nation. Wang Xian stared at him and ordered. Lei Shan nodded immediately, staring at Wang Xian with fear. He did as he was told. Wang Xian's strength made him feel hopeless. After dozens of seconds, Lei Shan surrendered completely after the god nation was suppressed by the dragon palace. He stood respectfully in front of Wang Xian. Hee. Wang Xian nodded his head in satisfaction. With a swift move, he flew to the side. Wuxia, Water Demon, Ming Shasheng, and Demon Wings were besieging Shursin and Jitian. In a 2-on-1 situation, they were no match for them. However, they could still hold on for a while. Cough, cough. Shursin, Jitian, surrender. The Dragon King is unbeatable. Lei Shan looked at Shursin and the rest, who were fighting against Wuxia, and spoke directly. When Shursin and Jitian heard Lei Shan's voice, their expressions changed drastically, and they looked over immediately. You were suppressed by the Dragon King so quickly? Shursin's eyes widened as he roared in disbelief. Yes, the Dragon King is not someone we can fight. If you don't want to die, surrender. Lei Shan nodded his head and tried to persuade them. I'll give you 10 seconds to consider. If you still resist after 10 seconds, you will die. Don't even think about reviving with your life-saving treasure. Wuxia can track the location of your god nation. Wang Xian looked at them and warned. He did not make a move. There was no need for him to do so now. They should know what to choose. I surrender. Shursen's expression changed drastically as he lowered his head. I submit as well. Jitian was a wood-type tree and had an incomparably huge body. He returned to his human form and lowered his head. Surrender. Even if they didn't want to serve anyone, the other party had a magus and an old witch. Even if they had life-saving treasures, they would still be caught. At that time, he would be completely finished. Very good. Wang Xian's eyes were shining brightly. If heaven-shrouding Shursan subdued 2 more mad demons, then he would have subdued 7 mad demons. Each of the 7 berserk demons could fight against 3 first-order sovereigns. A top-notch expert of the invincible domain. In the invincible domain, there were only about 10 or so crazy demons. But now, the golden centipede maniac devil and the crazy devil seal had been killed by Wang Xian. The old witch, Ming Shasheng, water demon, Yao Yu Yi, Jitian, Shursin, and Lei Shan had submitted. The forces around Wang Xian were already extremely terrifying. After completely subduing Shursan Jitian, Wang Xian immediately brought them back to the interior of the Hongshu ancient celestial kingdom. All of you have consumed 200 eternal pregnancy fruits. How long will it take for you to break through? Wang Xian stood in front of them, swept his gaze across the 7 of them, and asked with flickering eyes, Dragon King, I'll need a few years or a decade to break through. Wuxia was the first to speak. Water Demon and the rest also made a rough guess. If it was fast, it would be a few years. If it was slow, it would be a decade. Don't be in a hurry to break through. Wait for a decade, especially in the invincible domain. Wang Xian thought about it and said to them, First-order universe sovereigns were prohibited from fighting here. Therefore, they couldn't break through for the time being. In addition, heaven-shrouding Shursan Lei Shan, bring me all the divine fruits, divine herbs, and elixir pills in your cosmos god kingdom. Wang Xian continued to order them. Yes, Dragon King. Who was Jitian? Lei Shan and the rest nodded their heads and responded immediately. Soon, a large number of resources were piled up in front of them. Wang Xian swept his gaze across, and his eyes were burning with passion. The resources for a breakthrough were sufficient. After another round of advancement, His strength would increase to a terrifying level. I'll level up first, then sell the eternal pregnancy fruits. Finally, I'll hunt for wild beasts and galactic giant beasts. Wang Xian thought to himself. He waved his hand at Wu Sha and the rest and started devouring the resources. All sorts of resources and treasures entered his stomach and were rapidly converted into dragon energy. The aura on his body was also rising continuously. Rumble, 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 ding. Congratulations on breaking through to the 8th Order Universe Venerable Realm. Ding. Congratulations on breaking through to the 8th Order Universe Venerable Realm. Days passed. 5 days later, a terrifying dragon aura and crisp sounds came from Wang Xian's dragon body. At the same time, the system's voice sounded. From his body, a terrifying aura surged towards the surroundings. Shadows of divine dragons circled around him. This Dragon King broke through? What a terrifying aura. This aura isn't any weaker than a Second Order Universe Sovereign. Wu Sha, Ming Sha, and the other 6 crazy demons felt Wang Xian's aura. Their eyes narrowed and their faces were filled with shock. The aura isn't any weaker than a Second Order Universe Sovereign. But the Dragon King hasn't broken through to the Universe Sovereign realm. How is this possible? How can he surpass so many levels? Ming Shasheng said in shock. Once one reached the Universe Sovereign realm, one's combat strength wouldn't be measured. Generally speaking, as long as one broke through to the Universe Sovereign realm, he would be able to fight 3 levels higher than ordinary humans in the universe. If he could fight above his level, then there was no such thing as fighting above his level. Therefore, it would be measured by the realm. First Order Universe Sovereign was First Order Universe Sovereign. It wasn't the term for Fourth Order Universe Sovereign. This term was used for experts who hadn't broken through to the Universe Sovereign realm. Wang Xian's current strength was comparable to a Second Order Universe Sovereign. If it was used for experts who hadn't reached the Universe Sovereign realm, then he would have the combat strength of a Fifth Order Universe Sovereign. It was a little crazy to have such combat strength, but hadn't broken through to the Universe Sovereign realm. One should know that according to the term for experts below the Universe Sovereign realm, a Pinnacle Universe Venerable Realm expert, even a disciple of a peak race, could only have the combat strength of a Third Order Universe Sovereign. And the Dragon King was 2 levels higher than them? What kind of concept was this? This was completely abnormal. In the past, the Divine Dragon Clan also had such abnormal existences. The 5 Elements Dragon King and Yin-Yang Dragon King. However, it seemed like there was only one 5 Elements Dragon King and Yin-Yang Dragon King. Could it be that our Dragon King is also at this level? Wu Sha guessed. Chapter 3679. Roar. Wu Sha and the other crazy old demons stared in front of them in shock. The reverence in their hearts grew even more. Possessing the strength of a Second Order Sovereign without breaking through to the Sovereign realm, how terrifying was this existence? They were almost 100% sure that the Divine Dragon Clan would rise again in the future. At this moment, they had the fighting spirit to follow the Dragon King in front of them and reach the pinnacle together. Who? Another breakthrough. Wang Xian opened his eyes and revealed a smile. Name? Wang Xian Race. Yin-Yang Wind Lightning 5 Elements Divine Dragon, 1 with the Dragon, level. Universe Venerable Level 8, Divine Dragon Transformation 9th Transformation, Origin. 1%, 99% required for next breakthrough, Magic. Dominate the aquatic creatures, dominate any aquatic creatures lower than your own level, devour living things. Devour living things to extract the source, control of the 5 Elements Cultivation Technique. Divine Dragon Transformation Divine Powers. Soul Capture, Spirit Attachment Nomological Divine Abilities, Dragon Eye Lock, 5 Elements Dragon Claw, Yin-Yang World Breaker, 8 Luminaries Dragon Scale, Holy Dragon Shadow, 8 Divisions of the Heavenly Dragon, Dragon Tomb, Soaring Cloud Dragon, True Dragon Body Law of Dharma Form, 8 Directional Dragon Pillars, 8 Dragon Clones, Towering Dragon Horns, Great Mighty Heavenly Dragon, Divine Tail Playing with Pearls, Dragon Breath of Life, Shadow Dragon Clone, Netherworld Dragon's Pursuit. Law of Mastery, Metal, Wood, Water, Fire, Earth, Light, Darkness, Wind, Lightning Divine Kingdom, Dragon Palace Possess Dragon Palace, innate. Dragon Palace members, 7960450. After checking his attributes, a smile appeared on his face. An 8th Order Universe Venerable could match a 2nd Order Universe Sovereign in battle power. Invincible. This strength was simply too invincible. Wang Xian was invincible in the domain universe as long as experts above the level of sovereigns and above did not appear. Of course, before he broke through, he was still invincible. Now, it was even more terrifying. If he was able to fight against 4 or 5 mad demons alone before his breakthrough, then now, he could instantly kill them all if they joined forces. In front of him, Mad Demon was already in existence that could be easily killed. Even if it was a true 2nd Order Universe Sovereign, Wang Xian would be able to kill it. This was his current strength. Unfortunately, it will be difficult for the 5 Elements Grindstone and the Tai Chi Dragon Board to make another breakthrough. Feeling his strength, Wang Xian thought to himself. As of now, Wang Xian had yet to find a way to upgrade the 5 Elements Grindstone and Tai Chi Dragon Board. In the past, absorbing Khanate Numinous Treasures was enough for the 5 Elements Grindstone and Taiji Dragon Disc to improve. However, the effects of absorbing Khanate Numinous Treasures were minimal. He couldn't absorb the Primordial Cardinal Treasure at the moment, because Khanate Cardinal Treasures were extremely sturdy and couldn't be destroyed at all. Moreover, Khanate Cardinal Treasures had a special characteristic. The stronger the expert, the stronger the power they could unleash. Currently, the 5 Elements Grindstone and the Tai Chi Dragon Board were only slightly stronger than ordinary inborn Cardinal Treasures. However, he could not do that. The strength of an inborn Cardinal Treasure was comparable to Wang Xian's own strength. I can think about the 5 Elements Grindstone and the Tai Chi Dragon Coil later. Right now, I should continue to consume the Eternal Embryo Fruit and sweep the entire invincible domain. Wang Xian's eyes flickered as he looked around. Congratulations on your breakthrough, Dragon King. In the future, Dragon King will definitely lead the Dragon Palace and the Divine Dragon tribe back to the peak. Sensing Wang Xian's imposing gaze, Wu Sha and the rest immediately bowed respectfully. Wang Xian smiled and waved at them. I have a mission for all of you. The 7 of you will head to the territories of the wild beasts and galactic beasts and kill them all. Collect all the corpses, their lairs, and all the treasures. Place them in the Dragon Palace. Wang Xian instructed them. Also, bring the 5 Elements Grindstone and the Tai Chi Dragon Board. As he spoke, the 5 Elements Grindstone and the Tai Chi Dragon Board flew to Wu Sha. After subduing the 7 maniac demons, with the strength of Wu Sha and the rest, the Tai Chi Dragon Board, and the 5 Elements Grindstone, they could sweep the entire invincible domain. Killing the wild beasts and galactic beasts in the invincible domain wouldn't be a problem if they joined forces. Yes, Dragon King, we promise to complete your mission. Wu Sha and the rest replied respectfully. Wang Xian nodded his head plainly. He would leave this mission to them, while Wang Xian could continue to sell the Eternal Embryo Fruit in the trading center. He still had over 1,000 Eternal Embryo Fruits with him. He was ready to sell them all. Wu Sha and the rest of the maniac demons received the mission and left immediately. Wang Xian also flew towards the trading center. The breakthrough this time caused his speed to increase to a terrifying degree. It was comparable to the speed of a 3rd Order Universe Lord. With such speed, the experts in the invincible domain couldn't even see his figure. Only the maniac demons could see a trace of his figure. But how many maniac demons were there in the invincible domain now? Including those who were hidden, there wouldn't be more than 5. Because on the surface, there were only about 10 maniac demons in the invincible domain. 7 of them were his subordinates. While flying in the void, Wang Xian took out the universe AI and immediately issued a message. 1 day later, I will sell Eternal Embryo Fruit in large quantities in the trading center. The price will be the same as before. After issuing the message, he continued flying. When Wang Xian's message was released, it instantly attracted a lot of attention in the invincible domain. Now, after the news of the Golden Ape Maniac Demon, a large number of experts immediately contacted the Dragon King to purchase Eternal Embryo Fruit, but they didn't receive any reply. Now that the Dragon King was going to sell again, The experts were excited and immediately rushed towards the trading center. The Dragon King has finally appeared. This time, I must buy a large quantity of eternal embryo fruit. I wonder how many eternal embryo fruits I need to consume to achieve a breakthrough. If I need too many, I might not be able to afford it. The Dragon King really has a lot of eternal embryo fruits. He must have sold more than 1,000 of them, right? In the invincible domain, a group of old monsters was discussing. Huh, we just found the location of the Dragon King and he left again? The trading center? At the same time, on the right side of the Hongshu ancient celestial kingdom, a dozen angels flew over and frowned slightly. Hee, it's better to go to the trading center. Let's go over too. Now all the experts in the invincible domain are looking for the Dragon King. I heard that some of the top experts are already rushing towards the trading center. An angel said, "The third prince sent us a message. He wants us to finish him as soon as possible. We can't delay any longer." An angel in the middle said, "The strength that the Dragon King has displayed is too strong. Inform the third prince that we aren't 100% confident in killing him. We need to act according to the situation." An angel frowned and looked at the angel in the middle. "I know. If the old witch really dies in the hands of the Dragon King, we really aren't 100% confident in killing him." That angel nodded and replied, "I have already reported to the third prince. We only have an 80% chance of killing him." Chapter 3680. 80% chance? On the angel race's Radiance Divine Mountain, the third prince frowned slightly as he read the message sent by his subordinates. The Dragon King had entered the invincible domain. In order to kill the Dragon King in the invincible domain, the third prince had given his subordinates a powerful angel core. In the third prince's opinion, the strength of the angel core was enough to deal with a second-order universe sovereign. However, they only had an 80% chance of killing the Dragon King. What a surprise! He looked at the data sent by his subordinate. With the Dragon King's strength, he can easily kill a first-order sovereign realm expert. The third prince pondered for a moment. He waved his hand and took out a Radiance Divine Stone. The Radiance Divine Stone floated in front of him. "Third prince, what's the matter?" Soon, the Green River Aqua Phoenix appeared in front of him. She looked at the third prince and asked plainly, "Get your men in mind to join forces and kill the Dragon King." The third prince stared at the Green River Aqua Phoenix and said, "Huh." The Green River Aqua Phoenix was surprised. "My men are about to take action. They are enough to kill the Dragon King. Let's join forces. Just in case, the Dragon King is stronger than we thought," the third prince said to her. Originally, they thought that since they had sent their men, it would be a piece of cake to kill the Dragon King. After all, they were top-notch experts from the peak races. Their statuses were incomparably noble. Now, it seemed like things weren't as easy as they thought. "All right, let's get them to join forces." The Green River Aqua Phoenix pondered for a moment and nodded her head. She knew that the third prince was an arrogant person. If he wanted to join forces with her to kill a small fry, it must be because the small fry was beyond his imagination. He wasn't 100% confident. Moreover, killing the Dragon King was very important to her, so she agreed to it. "Okay." The third prince nodded his head. The Green River Aqua Phoenix's figure disappeared and sent a message. The third prince passed the message to his men in the invincible domain. His eyes flickered. "Once we kill the Dragon King, it won't be a problem to subdue the Dragon Palace," he murmured. As long as his subordinates in the invincible domain killed the Dragon King and brought his corpse over, the Dragon King would be dead for sure. Even if the Dragon King did not have any treasures to revive him, he could still easily kill him. However, they had to obtain the Dragon King's corpse, or his flesh and blood. The third prince sent us a message, asking us to contact a person, Huomintian, Fire Phoenix Huomintian. Soon, the dozen angels in the invincible region rushed towards the trading center. When the angel in the center received the third prince's message, his eyes flickered slightly. Phoenix Clan? Fire obliterating heaven? How did the third prince find the Phoenix Clan? An angel asked doubtfully. "We can't guess what the third prince is up to. Contact Huamintian immediately. I wonder how much power the third prince has gathered for us. The angel in the center said, and immediately began to contact. Just as the experts from the angel and phoenix races were about to make their move, Wang Xian had already arrived at the trading center. This time, he didn't use his doppelganger to sell it. Instead, he came with his real body. With his current strength, he could do whatever he wanted in the invincible region. Even if a large number of experts besieged him, he wasn't afraid at all. Therefore, he didn't need to use his doppelganger to sell it like the previous time. When he came to the sky above the trading center, Wang Xian landed on a spot. He didn't enter the inner part of the trading center because there was an array there. If he entered, his strength would be suppressed. Therefore, he directly chose a position outside. After he landed, he waved his palm and 500 eternal pregnancy fruits floated around him. He stood there and looked around. That's the Dragon King. The Dragon King is here. The Dragon King is here. He didn't enter the inner part of the trading center. He's outside. Let's go over. The Dragon King is finally here. When the experts in the surroundings of the trading center noticed Wang Xian's arrival, they immediately dashed over. Swish, swish, swish. Soon, dozens of experts surrounded Wang Xian. When they saw a total of 500 eternal pregnancy fruits floating in the air, their eyes narrowed and their faces were filled with astonishment. There are so many eternal pregnancy fruits. There are actually 500 of them. There are 500 of them. The Dragon King still has so many eternal pregnancy fruits. Based on the trading price of the Dragon King, these 500 eternal pregnancy fruits would require at least 2 or 3 inborn cardinal treasures to trade away. Dozens of experts stared at the 500 eternal pregnancy fruits, their eyes filled with a fiery passion. They wanted to rush over and snatch them away. But it was a pity that the person in front of them was the Dragon King. The Dragon King who had killed the crazy demons and almost swept across the invincible domain. In the invincible domain, there was a saying. The Dragon King was invincible in a one-on-one fight. The Dragon King had already swept across the invincible domain. What terrifying strength! 2 berserk demons had died in his hands. His strength was terrifying to the extreme. The news of Wang Xian's arrival in the trading center spread like wildfire. One by one, experts from the invincible domain flew over. A few minutes after Wang Xian arrived, hundreds of old monsters from the invincible domain had gathered around him. Hundreds of old monsters stared at the 500 eternal pregnancy fruits with burning greed in their eyes. Swoosh! At this time, a figure carrying a bow and arrows flew over. When he saw the eternal pregnancy fruits in front of Wang Xian, his eyes flashed with burning desire. Dragon King, is what Maniac Jinshi said true? Experts at the Maniac Demon level and top-notch experts can achieve breakthroughs by consuming a large amount? The figure carrying the bow and arrows couldn't help but ask. He's a top-notch expert from the Fairy Clan. Oakley Archer from the Fairy Clan. The Fairy Clan seems to be on good terms with the Dragon King. His words attracted the attention of the surrounding experts as they stared at Wang Xian with anticipation. The Fairy Clan. Wang Xian looked at the expert from the Fairy Clan and sized him up before replying. The words of a dead man can't be trusted. The words of a dead man? As soon as Wang Xian finished his sentence, the surrounding old monsters were taken aback. Their faces were filled with astonishment and shock. What did he mean? The words of a dead man? However, that Maniac Jinshi was right about one thing. Those at the Maniac Demon level can achieve a breakthrough by consuming a large amount of eternal pregnancy fruits. As for the top-notch experts, they might still be lacking. At this time, Wang Xian's voice sounded again. Chapter 3681. According to Wang Xian's experience, experts who consumed the eternal pregnancy fruit had a 100% chance of breaking through. However, it might not be so easy for experts at the peak. The probability was less than 10%, or even lower. This crazy devil consumed a large amount of eternal pregnancy fruit. How could the probability of breaking through be so insane? 99% chance of breaking through? That's almost 100% chance of breaking through. SSS, that's too strong. However, The Dragon King seemed to have mentioned that crazy devil Jinrong is a dead man. What does that mean? The old monsters of the invincible domain were shocked to hear Wang Xian's words. The effect of consuming the eternal pregnancy fruit, the probability of breaking through, and the effect of top-notch experts consuming it. The 99% chance of breaking through shocked them. At the same time, Wang Xian's next sentence also shocked them. He said that crazy devil Jinrong is a dead man. This sentence had already revealed a piece of information. Crazy devil Jinrong is dead. He was the leader of the Magic Breaker Circle. Was he killed by the Dragon King? The Dragon King is obviously saying that crazy devil Jinrong was killed by him. SSS, right? I tried to contact an expert from the Magic Breaker Circle not long ago, but I couldn't get in touch with him. Indeed, the experts from the Magic Breaker Circle seem to have disappeared recently. Logically speaking, the Hongshu ancient celestial nation isn't far from here. They should have sent experts over when they got the news that the Dragon King is selling the eternal pregnancy fruit. However, none of them are here. Could it be? Could the Dragon King have annihilated the entire Magic Breaker Circle? At this time, some old monsters thought of the Magic Breaker Circle. They looked around and couldn't find any experts from the Magic Breaker Circle. They started discussing in shock. It can't be? The Dragon King has annihilated the Magic Breaker Circle? Their eyes flickered. I have indeed annihilated the Magic Breaker Circle. All right, let's start the sale. Wang Xian said with a smile when he heard the shocked discussions around him. After annihilating crazy devil Jinrong and the Magic Breaker Circle, he had nothing to hide. Killed. So be it. SSS, the Magic Breaker Circle has really been annihilated by the Dragon King? My heavens! There are over 100 powerful demon breakers in the circle, and 2 of them are top-notch. Golden Blaze Mad Demon and the experts of the Demon Breaker Circle should have no problem fighting against 3 Mad Demons. In fact, they should have been able to suppress them, but they were all killed. Is this the strength of the Dragon King? If the Magic Breaker Circle was also destroyed by the Dragon King, then one thing is certain. The Old Witch was definitely killed by the Dragon King. This is too terrifying. The Dragon King killed the crazed Demon Seal, the Golden Centipede Mad Demon, and the Old Witch died at his hands. 3 crazed demons and a circle of demon breakers. This is practically invincible. Wang Xian had personally admitted that he had annihilated the circle of demon breakers. This had caused a huge uproar. The surrounding old monsters were dumbfounded as they looked at Wang Xian in awe. The Dragon King had only been in the invincible domain for a few years, but he had already killed 3 crazy demons. This battle record was invincible. When the Dragon King said that he wanted to sweep the entire invincible domain, I think he has already done it. He's truly invincible below the Dominator realm. No one can match him. All the old monsters looked at Wang Xian in awe. Huge waves were surging in their hearts. Within the invincible domain, there were only about 10 known crazy demons. But he had killed 3 of them with ease. Invincible. Dragon King, I would like to purchase eternal pregnancy fruits. I would like to ask the Dragon King, what are the conditions for consuming the eternal pregnancy fruits if I want to make a breakthrough? The expert from the elf race with a bow and arrows on his back asked Wang Xian. With the strength of the crazy demons, consuming 200 eternal pregnancy fruits would guarantee a 99% chance of making a breakthrough. If the top-notch experts from the elf race would like to purchase it, I can offer you a quarter of the price. Wang Xian looked at the elite expert of the fairy clan and said, the elf race had helped Wang Xian before. Therefore, Wang Xian would also repay the help of the experts from the elf race. He had already consumed a large number of eternal pregnancy fruits. Moreover, the price he quoted was also very high. If the top-notch experts from the elf race were to purchase it, he could offer a quarter of the price. This was his small repayment to the elf race. When the expert from the elf race heard Wang Xian's reply, his body trembled and his eyes beamed with excitement. Thank you, Dragon King. Oakley thanks you, Dragon King. Oakley, the top-notch expert from the elf race, bowed with excitement. Wang Xian shook his head nonchalantly. Dragon King, I would like to purchase 200 eternal pregnancy fruits. Oakley said to Wang Xian. Sure. You just need to take out 50 of the items for the transaction. Wang Xian nodded. This expert from the elf race, Oakley, has made a killing. Damn, he's offering a quarter of the price directly. This Dragon King is too generous. The elf race seems to be indebted to the Dragon King and has helped the Dragon Palace. Therefore, the Dragon King is willing to sell it to him at such a low price. This is totally a killing. Once Oakley possesses the strength of a crazy demon, he would almost be able to make a breakthrough. When the surrounding experts saw this, their faces were filled with envy. After completing the transaction with Oakley, Wang Xian nodded to him in gratitude. Some experts immediately stepped forward to complete the transaction. Although consuming the eternal pregnancy fruit would not allow them to make a breakthrough, they were still aware of the benefits of consuming the eternal pregnancy fruit. Purchasing it now could prepare for the future. One by one, the experts took out their treasures and traded in an orderly manner. No one dared to cause trouble. Who would dare to cause trouble after knowing that the magic breaker circle and the crazy demon Golden Leo had been annihilated by the Dragon King? Even if all the experts present were to oppose the Dragon King, they might all be annihilated by him. Swish, swish, swish. Not long after, a dozen experts from the angel race flew over from the void beside the land of the trading center. Their eyes immediately locked onto the location below. That Dragon King isn't conducting the transaction inside the trading center. Instead, he's doing it outside? One of the angels raised an eyebrow and asked, "Who cares where he is?" Angel Gardecker, have you contacted the fire-obliterating heavenly flame phoenix? One of the angels asked Angel Gardecker in the middle. Yes, they're rushing over. Let's go. Don't let the Dragon King discover us. We'll meet them at the long river above. Leave 2 of us here to monitor the Dragon King's every move. We can't afford to make any mistakes this time. Angel Gardecker nodded his head in response before instructing the 2 angels. Yes, the 2 angels nodded their heads and flew towards the land of the trading center. The remaining dozen of angels flew towards the upper reaches of the long river. However, just as they stopped, they received news. Chapter 3682. After the 2 angels landed on the land of the trading center, they immediately received the latest news about Wang Xian. They received news of the annihilation of the Magic Breaker Circle and the Golden Blaze Maniac. When they heard the news, their faces were filled with astonishment. They knew a little about the strength of the Exorcist Circle, a maniac, 2 top-notch experts, and no less than 150 old monsters were all annihilated by the Dragon King. This was a horrifying thing to do. The 2 angels looked at each other and immediately passed the message over. At the same time, the dozen angels who were flying above the river received the news. When they saw the news, their faces were also filled with shock. The Dragon King has personally admitted that all the experts of the Magic Breaker Circle have been annihilated by the Dragon King. One of the angels frowned and said, "In that case, the chances of us killing the Dragon King is only 50%? Another angel at the side looked grim. How can an expert who hasn't reached the Dominator realm be so terrifying? Could it be that the Dragon King has some hidden experts around him? That's why he could annihilate the Magic Breaker Circle." As the 2 angels spoke, their eyes fell on Angel Gardecker. The strength of the Dragon King had exceeded their expectations once again. Be it the Dragon King's terrifying strength or the experts around him, it would be a huge problem for them to kill the Dragon King. Let's meet up with the fire-obliterating phoenix first and see what's going on over there. Angel Gardecker pondered. Initially, they had an 80% chance of annihilating the Dragon King, but now they only had a 50% chance. The strength of the Magic Breaker Circle was extremely terrifying. This is the only way. If the strength of the fire-obliterating phoenix is weaker, we can only seek help from the 3rd prince. Gardeck added another sentence. To kill a Dragon King, they have expended so much effort. Even killing a true dominator wouldn't be so troublesome. One of the angels couldn't help but comment. The surrounding angels agreed. They moved and continued to fly forward. 10 minutes later, they arrived on top of a meteorite. They looked around and waited quietly for the situation over at the fire-obliterating phoenix's side. Days passed and Wang Xian, continued to trade in the trading center. Large amounts of eternal pregnancy fruits were exchanged for resources, increasing his harvest to an extremely huge level. Looks like I'll have to stay here for a few more days. A month passed in the blink of an eye. Every day, there would be experts rushing over to purchase the eternal pregnancy fruit. In just 1 month, he had sold more than 1,000 everlasting pregnancy fruits. Fortunately, he had accumulated quite a lot of eternal pregnancy fruits, amounting to a few thousand. Although the number of eternal pregnancy fruits sold had decreased a lot in the past few days, the harvest every day was still very good. And on the universe AI, there was news telling him that a group of warriors would need more than a month to rush over. More than a month passed in the blink of an eye. Naturally, Wang Xian had to wait. After selling all the eternal pregnancy fruits, Wu Sha and the others should have killed the wild beasts and giant starry sky beasts. At that time, Wang Xian was prepared to leave the invincible domain. Buzz buzz. However, at this moment, Wang Xian received a message from the universe AI. When he saw the message, he raised his eyebrows slightly. Wu Sha and the others had encountered some problems. This problem was not that they had encountered a powerful opponent, but that a group of giant cosmic beasts had escaped to a powerful and dilapidated holy kingdom. With their strength, it was impossible for them to break through this powerful divine kingdom's defense. This made them feel a little helpless. When Wang Xian saw this, he raised his eyebrows slightly. The reason was that Wu Sha and the other 6 crazy demons, together with the Tai Chi Dragon Plate and the 5 Elements Grindstone, had joined forces to hunt the giant cosmic beasts in their territory. This had alarmed the giant cosmic beasts. In fear, the group of giant cosmic beasts had escaped into a powerful and dilapidated holy kingdom. This made Wu Sha and the others helpless. I did not expect Wu Sha and the others to force the giant cosmic beasts to this extent. It seems like the giant cosmic beasts are quite intelligent. They also know how to hide. Wang Xian murmured. Over the past month, Wu Sha and the others had killed a total of 5 crazy demons. Giant cosmic beasts usually acted alone. Under such circumstances, as long as Wu Sha and the others rushed over, they would be able to kill the giant cosmic beasts in less than a minute. During this process, the other giant cosmic beasts sensed danger and hid in a safe place. Come back first. I will go with you in a few months. Wang Xian pondered for a moment and sent a message to them. In order to kill the giant cosmic beasts hiding in a holy kingdom, an ally was needed. A group of giant cosmic beasts gathered in a holy kingdom might have already formed an alliance. Therefore, Wang Xian did not send an ally over to help them enter. If something went wrong and he lost 1 or 2 crazy demons, he would feel the pinch. These were the future experts of the Dragon Palace. Wu Sha and the others quickly sent the message and rushed over to Wang Xian. Rumble, rumble, rumble. At the same time, at the side of the long river, not far above the trading venue, a dozen experts from the Angel clan stood on a meteorite. In front of them, a terrifying aura was sweeping towards them. Fire phoenixes, water phoenixes, golden phoenixes. A large number of phoenixes flew over, each of them exuding a terrifying aura. Among the group of phoenixes, there were over 100 other experts. These more than 100 experts possessed a power that was not weaker than a group of phoenixes. In the middle of the group of experts, there was an egg. This egg looked a little like a phoenix egg. Terrifying flames swirled on it, and from time to time, a pair of illusory wings spread out. They are here. When the dozen angels saw the group of experts flying over, their eyes glowed. It's been a month, and they are finally here. Over 400 experts. Among them, 3 have the combat strength of top-notch experts. Are there any crazy demons? Angel Gardecker stared ahead and murmured, "Chirp, chirp." At this time, in the middle of the group of experts, a fire phoenix let out a chirp as it stared at the dozen angels. "Womintian, we are here on the orders of the 3rd prince to wait for you." Angel Gardecker looked at the fire phoenix and said, "We are here on behalf of the Green River Aqua Phoenix to meet with you." Womintian stared at them and said, "Huh, Green River Aqua Phoenix? Our 3rd prince has invited experts from the Phoenix clan to help. The eyes of the dozen angels flickered. Chapter 3683. Did the third prince look for the Phoenix race's experts for help? A dozen angels looked at the Phoenix race's group and the 100+ experts, and their eyes shone brightly. They swept their eyes over the enemies, and there were 431 of them. They did not see any mad devil existences. However, they could sense a majestic energy coming from within the enormous fire phoenix egg. Brother Huamintian, you should know the latest news about the Dragon King. Garrick's gaze landed on the Huamintian fire phoenix, and he said, "Our mission this time is to kill the Dragon King, and we can't make any mistakes. We should cooperate well this time." Dragon King? With our strength, we can kill the Dragon King directly. Huamintian looked at them and said confidently, "Oh, Brother Huamintian, I'm sure you haven't received the latest information about the Dragon King, right? The Dragon King has destroyed the magic breaker circle, including the Mad Golden Bear. Furthermore, we can basically confirm that the old witch was killed by the Dragon King. With your strength, it might be a little difficult for you to kill the Dragon King." Garrick raised his brows, and he sized up the other party's strength once again. "Oh?" Huamintian raised his brows slightly. "Our combined strength is comparable to 5 mad devils, and we should be able to kill the Dragon King." 5 mad devils? A look of surprise appeared on Angel Gardek's face. The power of 5 mad demons does indeed have a high chance of killing that Dragon King, but it's not 100%. But with us, it'll be possible. The Dragon King's strength has exceeded our expectations, and we are all here to complete our mission. Naturally, we cannot make any mistakes. Garrick, how strong are you guys? Huamintian's gaze swept across them, and he asked indifferently, "Our side is not as strong as yours, but we can deal with 4 mad devils." A faint smile appeared on Garrick's face as he said, "With such strength, we can even kill second-order sovereigns." However, according to the information we received, the Dragon King's speed is extremely fast. We can't let them escape. Also, we need to understand the situation on both sides. We have a water phoenix totem, and we have 50 water phoenixes. With the help of a treasure, we can unleash the power of a mad devil. A water phoenix beside the fire destroyer Sky Phoenix said indifferently, "There is a senior behind me who is currently undergoing a special nirvana. Once a battle erupts, he will break out of his shell, and his strength will be comparable to a mad devil." Huamintian looked at Gardecker and added, "Our side mainly consists of the Angel Corps, around 500 Universe Lord Realm Battle Angels." Angel Gardeck replied, "All right, that's enough. In addition, we have to discuss the distribution of the eternal embryo fruits in the hands of the Dragon King." Huamintian immediately said, "We want 60% of the eternal embryo fruit." Angel Gardecker heard his words and raised his eyebrows slightly. "Brother Huamintian, it's impossible for the Dragon King to bring the eternal pregnancy fruit with him. It's very likely that he's keeping it in his own god kingdom. In that case, why don't we just suppress him and force him to take out the eternal pregnancy fruit?" Huamintian said indifferently, as if he was talking about something insignificant. Suppressing and killing were 2 different concepts. The former was undoubtedly much more difficult than killing it. However, Huamintian's face was filled with confidence, as if it was a piece of cake. "Hee, that's true. It's very easy for us to suppress that Dragon King with our strength. Not long ago, we were preparing to use another method to obtain some eternal pregnancy fruits. Since that's the case, we have no objection to you taking 60%. Angel Gardecker smiled and agreed. "All right, we have to prepare in advance. In order to prevent the Dragon King from escaping, we have to surround him first," Huamintian said. Angel Gardecker nodded his head. "This is the main problem. After the Dragon King sees our strength, he will definitely think of a way to escape. Therefore, we cannot let him escape. We have to surround him. Since that's the case, let's prepare. We have to make a thorough plan. Also, let's find a few dozen people to buy the eternal pregnancy fruit and divert the Dragon King's attention." Huamintian instructed. Angel Gardecker nodded his head. The group of people moved and immediately flew towards the trading area. "Seal the surrounding space. Seal all 8 directions and approach at the same time. The group of experts arrived at a position hundreds of billions of kilometers away from the trading area and said, I need a day's time to wake Senior Fire Eagle. Give me a day's time. Huamintian said to Angel Gardecker and the rest, Brother Huamintian, you guys have to prepare in advance. Angel Gardecker frowned slightly. Don't drag it out for too long. The longer you drag it out, the more unforeseen events there will be. Senior Fire Eagle doesn't have much time to maintain his sanity. Therefore, we cannot prepare in advance. There won't be many unforeseen events in a day's time. If there really is an unforeseen event, we will strike in advance. With our strength, there shouldn't be a problem. Huamintian said plainly. All right. Angel Gardecker nodded his head. At the location of the trading area, Wang Xian had no idea that a group of experts was gradually surrounding him. He sat on a chair with a smile on his face and carried out transactions in a relaxed manner. During this period of time, he had sold over 1,000 eternal pregnancy fruits. Now, he had less than 1,000 eternal pregnancy fruits with him. As he sat there in a relaxed manner, time ticked by. A day passed quickly. Suddenly, Wang Xian vaguely sensed a majestic flame energy coming from the front. This flame energy was very pure and strong. But at the same time, this aura was very far away from him. If it wasn't for his breakthrough this time, he might not have sensed it at all. To be able to emit such an aura, it should be in existence of the Mad Demon level. Could there be a Mad Demon customer? Wang Xian thought to himself as he looked forward with a smile. We can strike now. Come, let's head over. At this moment, Huamintian, who was at the front, cupped his fist and spoke to Angel Gardecker and the rest when he saw the seniors who had just hatched from the phoenix egg. All right, let's go. Angel Gardecker nodded his head and immediately gestured to his companions around him. The group of water phoenixes and the rest of the experts also moved immediately and flew in 8 different directions. They wanted to surround the Dragon King completely. I can only maintain this for 5 hours. In 5 hours, we have to eliminate the Dragon King. Besides that, we have to obtain enough eternal pregnancy fruits. In the middle, the Fire Eagle and Fire Phoenix that had just hatched from the egg flapped their huge phoenix wings and spoke. Senior Fire Eagle, with our strength, that Dragon King can be suppressed instantly. Huamintian said with a smile. Chapter 3684. All right. Firehawk nodded indifferently and stood there quietly, waiting for news. The group of angels and phoenixes moved quickly and surrounded the trading area from all directions. Their bodies emitted a powerful aura that caused one's heart to palpitate. What's going on? More than 100 experts of the Phoenix clan are here to buy the eternal embryo fruit? It should be, but it's very rare to see more than 100 phoenixes gathered together. When they walked into the trading area, some experts saw them and asked doubtfully. However, they did not pay too much attention to it. After all, the Dragon King was selling eternal pregnancy fruits now. It was normal for some experts to come and buy them. Everyone, move and approach the trading area. If we approach at the same time, we will definitely attract the attention of the Dragon King. If he wants to escape, we will attack him directly and pin him down. We must not let him escape. Huamintian looked at the information in his hands and immediately gave an order on the universe AI. He looked at Senior Fire Eagle beside him and nodded slightly. They moved and quickly flew towards the trading area. Their speed was very fast, and the might of their bodies could not be concealed at all. However, at this time, there was no need to conceal their might at all. With the Dragon King's strength, he would be able to sense them as soon as they got close, so there was no need to hide. From all directions, the experts of the Angel Clan and the Phoenix Clan flew over in an encirclement. Wang Xian was sitting leisurely in the trading center. Suddenly, he felt waves of energy flying towards him from all directions. Someone who could emit such energy was definitely not a weakling. His eyes flickered as he looked around. There must be a reason for so many experts to fly over at the same time in such a manner. Su Calm Wang Xian's eyes flickered as he scanned the surroundings with a smile. That Dragon King should have sensed our arrival, but he didn't react at all. Is he that confident? Angel Gardecker and the rest, who were surrounding Wang Xian from all directions, were shocked when they sensed that Wang Xian did not move. Logically speaking, with such a terrifying attack, it should have been alerted. However, the Dragon King did not move at all, as if he did not sense them. It also seemed like he didn't care about them at all. Arrogant. Angel Gardeck's eyes were cold as he stared ahead. Boom, boom, boom. As one powerful figure after another flew over, the old monsters around the trading area who had not left yet sensed the majestic energy, and their faces revealed vigilant expressions. What's going on? A large number of experts are flying over here. A large number of experts are flying over from all directions. What's going on? There's something wrong with the situation. There are experts coming from all directions. They've surrounded us. What are these fellows trying to do? On the land of the trading center, a group of old monsters looked around, frowned slightly, and growled in a low voice. These waves of energy were extremely terrifying, causing them to feel some fear. He's not weak. Wang Xian sat there, swept his gaze across the surroundings, and spoke with a faint smile. Boom, boom, boom. In front of him, waves of terrifying fire energy dyed the entire void red. Two huge fire phoenixes flapped their wings and flew towards him. Chirp, chirp. Behind him, a phoenix cry was heard. A large number of water phoenixes flapped their wings and flew over. Behind these dozens of water phoenixes, a huge water phoenix totem rose. This water phoenix totem was incomparably powerful. As it flapped its wings, it contained a terrifying aura. From the left, right, and other directions, the experts of the angel tribe and the other races flew over in unison. As they approached, all the experts locked onto Wang Xian's position on the land of the trading center. What's going on? What are the experts from the angel race and phoenix race trying to do? They're here for the Dragon King. From the looks of it, it doesn't seem like they're here to purchase eternal pregnancy fruits. They've completely sealed off the surrounding space. They've come prepared. When the experts on the land of the trading center saw this, their expressions changed as they looked towards Wang Xian. Some experts were afraid of being implicated and flew out. The experts from the Phoenix race and Angel race did not stop them. They're here to deal with the Dragon King. Could it be that they're here to consume the eternal pregnancy fruits? Some of the experts who were sent flying looked over and exclaimed in shock. Wang Xian swept his gaze across them and raised his eyebrows slightly. Why are there so many phoenixes? What are the experts from the Phoenix race trying to do? Mobilizing so many experts. What's going on? He murmured as he sat there casually, waiting for them to approach. The Dragon King is really confident. Angel Gardecker, Fiery Sky Phoenix, and the rest of the experts flew over. This was completely different from what they had expected the Dragon King to escape. The Dragon King was still sitting there calmly and did not seem to care about them at all. This is even better. Angel Gardecker sneered. They exchanged glances and flew towards the ground of the trading center. They formed an encirclement around Wang Xian. The Dragon King's composure is really strong. Fiery Eagle Phoenix flew to the front, flapped its wings, stared at Wang Xian and remarked plainly, "Since someone is here to deliver resources to me, I'm naturally more than welcome." Wang Xian looked at Fiery Eagle Phoenix and replied with a smile. This was an existence at the level of a maniac. "Haha, Dragon King, we'll take all of your eternal pregnancy fruits." Fiery Eagle Phoenix laughed heartily as he spoke plainly to Wang Xian. "If you want, take out your resources for an exchange." Wang Xian replied plainly, "I prefer the Dragon King to give me the eternal pregnancy fruits." Fiery Eagle Phoenix chuckled. "I don't give my eternal pregnancy fruits to beggars." Wang Xian shook his head slowly and sneered. "Give them to you? This is really interesting. They're here to pick a fight. Are they here to pick on the Dragon King? Are they here for the eternal pregnancy fruits?" "I think so. The Phoenix race doesn't seem to have any conflict with the Dragon King." Computer, www.x81zw look over there. There are experts from the Angel race. The Angel race has a feud with the Dragon Palace. When the old monsters saw this scene, their faces were filled with astonishment. The experts from the Phoenix race are here for the eternal pregnancy fruits? They are using too much strength. Are they trying to threaten the Dragon King? Chapter 3685. Hee hee, Dragon King. You'd better take out all your eternal pregnancy fruits. Angel Gardecker stared at Wang Xian. Seeing how composed Wang Xian was, he revealed a mocking look. The Dragon King definitely didn't know how strong they were. Seems like you guys are going to snatch it by force. Just a bunch of trash like you? Wang Xian swept his gaze across them and said plainly, Dragon King, you're really arrogant. The Fire Eagle Phoenix stared at Wang Xian. His aura gradually turned violent. He flapped his wings slightly and waves of heat surged towards the surroundings. SSS, they're really here to snatch the eternal pregnancy fruits. The Dragon King must have taken out too many eternal pregnancy fruits, which aroused their greed. Therefore, they banded together and came to snatch it. Are they a match for the Dragon King? The Dragon King doesn't seem to care about them at all. The Dragon King killed the Golden Bear Maniac, the Old Witch, and the Maniac Seal. He might not be afraid of them. That Fire Phoenix is a maniac-level existence. And the totems behind the 40 to 50 Water Phoenixes aren't any weaker than the maniac level. www.m/x81zw/com/ around the trading area, the group of old monsters from the Invincible Domain saw the situation clearly. They were obviously trying to threaten the Dragon King to obtain the eternal pregnancy fruits. I wonder if they can get it. If a battle breaks out, we should be able to understand how strong the Dragon King is. The group of old monsters thought to themselves, just us? Seeing Wang Xian's mocking look, Angel Gardecker's eyes turned cold. He stared at Wang Xian. With a wave of his arm, a powerful angel corps appeared behind him. The entire angel corps consisted of tens of thousands of battle angels. At the forefront, over 100 battle angels with the combat strength of third-order universe sovereigns stood neatly. Each of them held a huge sword in one hand and a shield in the other. They were like terrifying machines. Hee hee, Dragon King. How dare you offend the Angel Clan? You won't be able to escape today. After we eliminate you today, it won't be long before we annihilate the Dragon Palace and let you know the consequences of offending the Angel Clan. Next to him, an angel said with a cold expression. He waved his arm and a powerful angel army appeared behind him. At the forefront, over 30 battle angels with the combat strength of third-order universe sovereigns were staring at Wang Xian coldly. Dragon King, receive the judgment of the angels. In the surroundings, the other dozen or so angels waved their arms, and a powerful angel corps appeared. The battle angels exuding a terrifying aura lined up neatly. With just a command, they could launch the most terrifying attack. In the entire angel corps, there were 400 to 500 third-order sovereigns. Hiss! When the angel corps appeared one by one, the old freaks of the Invincible Domain watched this scene in shock. Angel Army. What a terrifying angel army. There are actually 400 to 500 third-order universe ruler realm battle angels. They had planned this a long time ago. There must be experts from the angel race participating in this. Otherwise, how could there be such a terrifying angel army? How terrifying! The strength of the angel army can easily tear apart a crazy devil. With such a powerful angel army and the strength of the Phoenix race, the Dragon King is finished. This force is too strong. 400 to 500 third-order universe sovereigns and 400 experts from the Phoenix race. How are they going to defend against them? The Dragon King is in trouble. The angel army is here for revenge. All the old freaks of the Invincible Domain were shocked. They quickly retreated to avoid the outbreak of the battle. Not to mention the dragon-slaying king. This amount of power was more than enough to kill a second-order sovereign realm expert. Such a powerful angel army and experts from the Phoenix race. You guys really think too highly of me. Wang Xian's eyes lit up as he looked at the powerful angel army. He swept his gaze across the experts from the Phoenix race and continued. Phoenix race, my Dragon Palace doesn't have any grudges with you guys. Why are you guys getting involved? Do we need to inform the Dragon King about what the Phoenix race does? Hee hee, you're not worthy. Mintian stared at Wang Xian and said with disdain. Wang Xian squinted his eyes when he heard them. His eyes were filled with malice. It seems like the phoenix race is also the enemy of the Dragon Palace. Wang Xian clenched his fists as he recalled the words that the leader of the ancestral dragon had passed to the experts in his race. Be careful of the phoenix. At that time, the experts of the ancestral dragon bloodline were puzzled. Why should they be careful of the phoenix? Now, Wang Xian felt that there was definitely something behind this. Otherwise, why would so many phoenix race and angel race besiege him just for the eternal pregnancy fruit? This was clearly illogical. Dragon King, you think too highly of your dragon palace. You're not qualified to go against the phoenix race. You're just a small dragon palace. Our phoenix race can easily annihilate it. Fire Eagle stared at Wang Xian and said with disdain. He did not put the Dragon King in his eyes at all. Dragon King, if you don't hand over the eternal pregnancy fruit, we'll make our move. I'd like to see how long you can last against us, Angel Gardecker said with a smile. Now, they had victory in their hands. Haha, the angel race and the phoenix race have joined forces to deal with me. You're really giving me face. Wang Xian let out a hearty laugh. He stood up slowly and swept his gaze across his surroundings. In that case, Dragon King, you can die in peace. Huamintian flapped his phoenix wings and said eerily, boom, boom, boom. At the same time, an incomparably horrifying aura emanated from his body. Around him, the totems of Fire Eagle and Water Phoenix, as well as the experts of the Phoenix race, exploded with horrifying and vast energy. Judgment! Angel Gardecker roared, and an angel sword appeared in his hand. Clang, clang, clang. Judgment! All the battle angels exploded instantly. The power of light soared into the sky. Judgment! Locked onto Wang Xian. The aura is too strong and too horrifying. The Dragon King is going to be besieged. It's impossible for him to fight alone. Around him, the old monsters of the invincible domain trembled under the pressure, and their foreheads were filled with cold sweat. They retreated in fear. Just the change in aura had made them tremble. If they were in the center of this aura, they would be crushed to death. Great. 800 to 900 experts. Wang Xian looked at them with a smile on his face. It's time to stretch my muscles. The unbeginning sacred wings appeared behind him. However, just as he was about to strike, he raised his eyebrows and looked in the direction of the long river. Chapter 3686. Just as Wang Xian was about to strike, he suddenly stopped. The experts from the Angel and Phoenix race who had surrounded Wang Xian also stopped at this moment. They could sense that there was a frightening powerhouse flying towards them from the other side of the river. There's more than one expert. Fire Falcon was the first to sense it. He looked towards the opposite direction with his eyes shining. Angel Garrick, Huamintian, and the other experts also sensed it and looked over. Swish, swish, swish. In their sight, 7 figures were flying towards them at a terrifying speed. They did not deliberately exude their aura, but all the experts could sense a palpitating sense of danger from their bodies. The unforeseen event at Wang Xian's side also caught the attention of the surrounding old monsters from the invincible domain. They also looked towards the direction of the river. This is? Suddenly, at this moment, an exclamation was heard. An expert from the invincible domain stared at the 7 figures in shock, his eyes filled with disbelief. It's the crazy demons. It's the crazy demons, Yao Yu Yi, Shursin, Shueimo, Ming Shashong, Old Witch, Zhetian, and Lei Shan. It's them. What's going on? Why are the 7 crazy demons together? Also, didn't the Old Witch get killed by the Dragon King? Could it be that she didn't die? Didn't the Dragon King kill her? Everyone's eyes widened when they heard the shocking voices. Crazy demons, and 7 of them flying over at the same time. This formation and impact was even stronger than the experts from the Phoenix and Angel race. One should know that they were the strongest and most invincible existences in the invincible domain. Now that they were flying over together, everyone was shocked. 7 crazy demons? Huamintian, Garrick, Fire Falcon, and the rest of the experts were solemn when they saw the 7 crazy demons flying over. No one in the invincible domain dared to belittle the gathering of 7 crazy demons. Why are the 7 crazy demons together? The old witch isn't dead yet. Could it be that they are here to deal with the Dragon King? An old monster guessed and said, "It's possible." His words were agreed by the surrounding experts. Not to deal with the Dragon King. Then what were they doing here? He was almost 100% here to look for the Dragon King. As for why he was looking for her, it was self-evident. Oh, are they here to deal with the Dragon King? When Angel Gardecker heard the exclamations around him, he raised his eyebrows slightly. He also thought this was the case. All the experts in the invincible domain knew that the old witch had a grudge against the Dragon King. Now that the old witch had joined forces with the other mad demons and used the eternal pregnancy fruit as an excuse to gather 6 other mad demons to look for the Dragon King, it was possible. If the 7 mad demons were to attack, they could definitely kill the Dragon King. However, there might be a conflict because of the eternal pregnancy fruit. The mad demons are not easy to deal with. Huamintian's brows furrowed slightly as he looked at the 7 approaching berserk devils. Boom, boom, boom. At this time, Wu Sha and the other 6 arrived in front of the trading center. They stopped in the void and scanned their surroundings, their eyes shining brightly. "Old witch, this Dragon King belongs to us. I hope you won't interfere." Angel Gardecker stared at Wu Sha and the rest and spoke first. "This Dragon King has a grudge against the angels. We have to kill him." As Angel Gardecker spoke, all the surrounding experts focused their attention on him. This was a conversation between 2 powerful forces, a conversation to divide the Dragon King. From the looks of it, the Dragon King was going to die today. He was going to die in the invincible domain. Hee. When Wu Sha heard Angel Gardecker, she sneered and looked at Wang Xian. She bowed slightly and said, "Dragon King, we're here. Dragon King, there's a reckless fool who wants to deal with you. We'll help you kill him." www.x81zwm/x81zw/ the water demon spat out coldly. The water on his body changed and formed a huge face. "Someone actually dares to deal with our Dragon King. They must be courting death. Dragon King, leave this bunch of guys to us." Ming Sha also smiled coldly. His body flickered and the avatars of the Nether Ghost flew out from his body. They were filled with violent, murderous intent. "Haha, you can't even move your body in the territory of the giant beast of the galaxy. Just nice. How dare you deal with our Dragon King?" "Haha." Shi Sen also laughed hysterically. His body expanded rapidly and turned into a huge stone giant. The 7 crazy demons moved one by one. Murderous aura that was as bloody as hell spread out to the surroundings. The entire void seemed to have been frozen in an instant. At this moment, everyone seemed to have been frozen. They stared blankly at the old witch, water demon, and the other 6 crazy demons and listened to their words blankly. Their pupils began to dilate gradually. What's going on? After a full 5 seconds of silence, one of the experts lost his voice and exclaimed, "What's going on?" The old witch, water demon, Ming Sha, and the other 6 crazy demons actually saluted the Dragon King? They actually bowed down to the Dragon King? Why are they so respectful to the Dragon King? These were 7 berserk demons. What's going on? The 7 crazy demons submitted to the Dragon King? Gasp. The sound of people sucking in a breath of cold air could be heard as all the experts stared at this scene. What? How is this possible? Angel Gardecker heard the words of the old witch and the other crazy demons. His body trembled violently as he roared in disbelief. How is this possible? The old witch and the others actually submitted to the Dragon King? This is impossible. They are crazy demons. How can they be subdued so easily? They fight crazily and are not even afraid of death. How can they be subdued? Even if the Dragon King has the everlasting pregnancy fruit, the possibility of subduing the crazy demons is very small. The fire-obliterating heavenly fire eagle and the rest of the Phoenix Angels' expressions changed drastically at this moment. Their hearts thumped violently, and they had a bad premonition. You guys came at the right time. Next, Don't let any of the experts from the Phoenix and Angel race escape. Wang Xian spoke and instructed them plainly. Yes, Dragon King. Wu Sha, Ming Sha, Water Demon, and the other 6 crazy demons immediately responded respectfully. This scene caused all the experts of the invincible domain to be filled with astonishment. 7 crazy demons submitted to the Dragon King. This is simply horrifying. Such a Dragon King can really sweep across the entire invincible domain with ease. Oh no! Oh no! At this time, Angel Gardecker, Huan Mintian, Fire Eagle, and the other experts had a drastic change of expression. They are in trouble. Chapter 3687. Huan Mintian, Jadek, and the rest of the experts felt their scalps go numb. Their hearts were thumping violently. These 7 maniac demons were the subordinates of the Dragon King. How were they going to eliminate the Dragon King? Not to mention suppress him. With the strength of the 7 maniac demons and the Dragon King, they were no longer a match. Swish, swish, swish. Just as Wang Xian finished his sentence, Wu Sha and the rest made their move. The 7 maniac demons immediately surrounded them to prevent them from escaping. Wang Xian stood there with a faint smile on his face. The group of experts from the Angel Clan and the Phoenix Clan made up a total of more than 800 Third-Order Universe Sovereigns. This was a huge boost to the Dragon Palace. If he could eliminate all of them, the Dragon Palace would definitely receive a huge boost. Of course, in his heart, Wang Xian had already regarded them as resources for the Dragon Palace. This is unbelievable. 7 maniac demons. All 7 maniac demons have been subdued by the Dragon King. They have all submitted to the Dragon King. This is unbelievable. The maniac demons of our invincible domain have submitted to the Dragon King, and 7 of them. How did the Dragon King subdue them? 7 maniac demons have submitted to the Dragon King. In addition to the crazy demon seal and golden centipede maniac demon that were killed by the Dragon King, doesn't that mean that 90% of the maniac demons in the invincible domain have been suppressed by the Dragon King? At this time, the old monsters of the invincible domain, who were watching this battle from afar, were completely shocked. To them, and even to the entire invincible domain, it was a violent earthquake. The Dragon King of the Dragon Palace had subdued the entire invincible domain with his own strength, and now, the experts from the Angel Clan and the Phoenix Clan wanted to kill the Dragon King? This was simply impossible. What they had to consider now was, escape. Escape. We can't kill the Dragon King. Angel Jadek looked at the fire-obliterating Heavenly Fire Eagle and transmitted his voice secretly. Retreat. They did not hesitate at all. If they couldn't kill the Dragon King, then there was no need to do so. All they had to do was report this matter to the Third Prince and the Phoenix Clan of Xinjiang. This was no longer a mission that they could complete. The Dragon King, who had 7 crazy subordinates, was invincible in the invincible domain. Unless their strength could be doubled, it would be difficult to kill the Dragon King. Go. The blazing Falcon Phoenix let out a low roar and commanded all the experts. Chirp, chirp, chirp. He flapped his phoenix wings and prepared to flee. Since you're already here, you might as well stay here. Seeing that they were trying to escape, Yao Yui sneered coldly. He flapped his enormous wings and came to the position of their escape route. Similarly, Lei Shan relied on his terrifying speed to instantly block their path of retreat. Hee, your Phoenix clan was very arrogant just now. So, I will slaughter a fire phoenix first. Seeing that they were trying to escape, Wang Xian revealed a cold expression. His gaze locked onto the blazing Falcon Phoenix, and the unbeginning sacred wings appeared behind him. Crash! With a flap of the unbeginning sacred wings, Wang Xian disappeared in an instant. In the next moment, he arrived above the blazing Falcon Phoenix. The distance between the two was only about a kilometer. With such terrifying speed, the blazing Falcon Phoenix had no time to react at all. You said that I'm not even qualified to be your enemy. Yet, you said that you can kill me easily. Wang Xian stared at the blazing Falcon Phoenix and said emotionlessly. From Wang Xian's sudden disappearance to his voice reaching the ears of the blazing Falcon Phoenix, All this happened in an instant. Among the crowd, all the old monsters and experts could not react in time. When the blazing falcon phoenix heard the voice and sensed Wang Xian's figure, his pupils dilated rapidly, and he lifted his head immediately. His line of sight met with a pair of mocking eyes. This made the blazing falcon phoenix tense up. His eyes were filled with fear and shock. How is this possible? He couldn't help but roar. How could this be possible? How did the Dragon King suddenly appear above him? A phoenix like you can be killed easily by me. Wang Xian stared at the blazing falcon phoenix and continued emotionlessly. With a flick of his palm, a grayish long saber slashed at the blazing falcon phoenix's neck. The speed of the long saber was fast, and they were very close to each other. It was so close that the blazing falcon phoenix had no time to react. No. The blazing falcon phoenix let out a frenzied roar. His voice was trembling and filled with intense fear. However, before he could finish his sentence, the long saber had already landed on his neck and chopped off the head of the blazing falcon phoenix. Arg! Arg! Losing a head wasn't a serious injury to an expert of this level. However, the excruciating pain and the fear in his heart made the blazing falcon phoenix let out a shrill scream. How dare you tell me that I can kill you easily with your strength? Wang Xian stared at the blazing falcon phoenix with ridicule and disdain. Given his current strength, he could easily kill the blazing falcon phoenix in seconds. Yet, this guy still dared to act so presumptuously in front of him? No, no, no. Don't kill me. The fire hawks and phoenixes roared in despair. Their heads and bodies fled frantically into the distance. How naive. Trying to escape? Wang Xian flapped his unbeginning sacred wings and instantly arrived at the head of the blazing falcon phoenix. He stretched out his arm and turned it into a dragon claw. He grabbed the blazing falcon phoenix in his hand and directed the destructive energy towards its head. Swish, swish, rumble, rumble. The headless body flapped its huge wings violently. Waves of horrifying phoenix flames spread to the surroundings. Wang Xian's eyes turned cold when he saw it. He moved and waved his dragon claw. A huge, grayish dragon claw grabbed the headless body of the blazing falcon phoenix. The huge dragon claw clenched hard. The phoenix flames on his body started to extinguish at a terrifying speed. The extinguishing of the blazing falcon phoenix meant that he was completely annihilated. However, Wang Xian didn't kill him completely. Instead, he threw it casually and a huge net enveloped it. Wang Xian still wanted the blazing falcon phoenix to summon its own god nation before destroying it. What kind of strength is this? At the same time, Wang Xian suppressed a blazing falcon phoenix with a flip of his hand. This caused all the surrounding experts to tremble violently. Even Angel Gardecker and the fire-obliterating falcon phoenix trembled and felt darkness before their eyes. The blazing falcon phoenix was an existence comparable to a mad devil. How could such a horrifying expert be suppressed with a flip of his hand? There was no resistance at all. Just like a toy, fear spread. Despair filled their hearts. Horror. For the convenience of reading next time, you can click on the Collections button below to record this time. Horror. You can see it when you open the bookshelf next time. Chapter 3688. Annihilating a mad demon with a flip of his hand? When everyone saw this scene, their faces were filled with shock. What kind of strength was this? Is this the strength of the Dragon King? How could this be possible? Fire Eagle is an existence at the level of Mad Demon. Such a powerful existence couldn't even put up any resistance in front of Wang Xian. Hua Minqian's face was filled with terror as he growled in a low voice. Such an expert was easily suppressed by the Dragon King. What about them? Hiss, is this the true strength of the Dragon King? With this kind of power, how can the experts of the invincible domain resist? That Fire Phoenix is an existence at the level of a crazy demon. She was easily killed by the Dragon King like a toy. This strength is despairing. The Dragon King is so powerful. He could easily suppress a mad demon. No wonder the old witch and the others would submit to the Dragon King. No wonder. With such terrifying strength, even if the old witch, water demon, and the other experts don't come, and even if the Dragon King faces the experts of the angel race and the phoenix race alone, he wouldn't be afraid at all, right? This strength is too strong. All the old monsters in the surroundings were so shocked that they couldn't control themselves. Calm with such terrifying strength, they felt that the Dragon King alone could fight against the experts of the Angel Clan and the Phoenix Clan. Damn it, is he the true ruler? Angel Gardecker stared at Wang Xian with cold sweat on his forehead. The angels around him also had horrified expressions on their faces. Breakthrough. Run. Huamintian let out a low roar, and his face was filled with madness as he let out a wild roar. Run. The mad demon experts on their side were easily suppressed. The strength displayed by the Dragon King filled them with despair. At this time, he could only escape. He ran for his life. Otherwise, they would be completely finished. Run, run. The dozen angels from the Angel Clan also growled. With a wave of their arms, the powerful Angel Legion surrounded them and immediately broke through the invincible domain's periphery. Attack. Don't get entangled by these maniacs. Angel Gardeck looked at the lightning demon wings blocking their path and roared in a frenzy. At this moment, they began to fight with all their might. Chirp, chirp, chirp. The 40 to 50 water phoenixes exchanged fearful glances, then immediately controlled the phoenix totems behind them to fly forward. That incomparably huge water phoenix totem flapped its wings and water energy circulated, making it look abnormally beautiful. Wisps of mist dispersed into the surroundings. They wanted to escape immediately. Buzz. Wang Xian stood in the void and looked at the experts from the Angel and Phoenix clan who were desperately trying to escape. Wang Xian smirked. He waved his arm. Buzz, buzz, buzz. The 5 elements grindstone and the Tai Chi dragon board on the old witch's body immediately flew towards him. The Tai Chi dragon plate revolved around him, while the 5 elements grindstone floated above his head. Wang Xian raised his arm and a vast force of the 5 elements surged into the 5 elements grindstone. He waved his arm and aimed at the water phoenix totem. Boom. In the next moment, the 5 elements grindstone carried a terrifying force and directly attacked the water phoenix totem. Enhanced by Wang Xian, the Tai Chi dragon plate exploded with destructive power comparable to a second-order universe sovereign. Not good. Oh no. The Dragon Palace has locked onto us. Save us. When the 40 to 50 water phoenixes saw the terrifying Tai Chi dragon plate attacking them, they were horrified. They quickly turned around and controlled the huge phoenix totem. Chirp, chirp, chirp. The water phoenix totem let out a cry. It opened its mouth and waves of fire-like water energy attacked the Tai Chi dragon plate. Rumble, rumble, rumble. In the next moment, violent collision sounds were heard. Waves of water attribute flames landed in front of the 5 elements grindstone and were quickly extinguished by the energy. The 5 elements grindstone carried a powerful aura and continued to attack the water phoenix totem. We can't stop it. The strength of the Dragon King isn't something we can handle. We can't stop such a terrifying treasure. One of the water phoenixes shouted in horror. There are no experts who can support us. Continue to attack. Phoenix Water Bloom. They roared with reddened eyes. The water phoenix totem emitted blue light, and an ice phoenix seemed to be formed. It attacked the 5 elements grindstone again. Ka ka ka. However, it collapsed immediately after the collision. Boom. The 5 elements grindstone carried an invincible aura as it arrived in front of the water phoenix totem. A terrifying destructive force swept towards the phoenix totem. Wong wong wong. Under the attack of the 5 elements grindstone, the water phoenix totem collapsed rapidly. In the end, only a scroll was left in the sky. A scroll of water phoenix. Pft, pft, pft. Below, the water phoenixes who suffered from the backlash of the energy spat out a mouthful of blood. They were severely injured. One strike, and it was an easy strike to destroy the water phoenix totem that was comparable to a crazy devil. Wang Xian revealed a faint smile when he saw this. He controlled the attack of the 5 elements grindstone, which was stronger than an ordinary second-order sovereign realm expert's all-out attack. It was a piece of cake to destroy the water phoenix totem. Ha ha ha, the Dragon King is mighty. All of you shall die obediently. Trying to kill our Dragon King is the stupidest decision you have ever made. Lei Shan roared. His figure moved, and he directly attacked the angel core in front of him. So what if you were from the angel race? So what if you were from the phoenix race? Die. Death Lotus. The old witch held the magic staff in her hand, and a huge Death Lotus array was formed, blasting towards the group of experts from the phoenix race. Ming Shashong, Shursan, Yao Yu, Water Demon, and the rest rushed towards them at the same time. Starting lineup, www.x81zw/com/ the murderous aura and terrifying aura exuded from them caused the experts from the angel race and phoenix race to tremble violently. The water phoenix totem was easily destroyed by the Dragon King. The Dragon King is too strong. We can't stop him at all. We're doomed. If the Dragon King continues to attack, none of us will be able to escape. The Dragon King had easily suppressed the Fire Eagle Phoenix and destroyed the Water Phoenix totem on the first strike. 2 strikes from the Dragon King had easily suppressed the Fire Eagle Phoenix and destroyed the Water Phoenix totem on the second strike. 2 strikes from the Dragon King had caused them to lose 2 powerful combat forces. The Dragon King's strength was so strong that it made their hair stand on end. If he continued to strike, how could they win? In fact, they knew that the Dragon King wouldn't let them leave. He wouldn't let them off. At the thought of this, they almost lost their fighting spirit. You're next. Wang Xian stood in the void and shifted his gaze to Angel Gardecker. This was the leader of the angel race, and also the guy who arrogantly declared that he would annihilate him. Chapter 3689. Kill, 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 run. The trading area had turned into a battlefield. The experts from the Angel Clan and Phoenix Clan were roaring crazily. They were desperately flying towards the outer perimeter of the invincible domain. Wang Xian's 2 attacks had caused them to collapse. Now, they had to either die in silence or explode in silence. There was no time to hesitate. Run. Run now. Run with all their might. The dozen angels from the Angel Clan were using the Battle Angel as a sharp blade, trying to carve out a path of survival. At this moment, they could no longer care about the loss of the Battle Angel. As long as they could make it out alive, it would be a blessing. Wang Xian locked his gaze on Angel Gardecker. He revealed a smile, flapped his unbeginning saint wings and flew towards him. Angel Gardecker, right? I heard you saying to annihilate him just now. Wang Xian's flying speed was very slow. In fact, he was about the same as an ordinary third-order universe sovereign. He looked very relaxed, as though he was taking a stroll in his own garden instead of a battlefield. As he spoke leisurely, his voice reached Angel Gardecker's ears. His tone was as though he was talking to an old friend. However, Angel Gardecker's body trembled violently when he heard Wang Xian's words. He turned his head and saw Wang Xian flying towards him. His eyes were filled with despair. Dragon King, if you dare to kill us, the Angel Clan will not let you off. Our third prince will not let you off. Angel Gardecker bellowed fiercely. Won't let me off? Third prince? Hee. Wang Xian's eyes flickered and were filled with coldness. The Angel Clan has been trying to kill me and annihilate my dragon palace. Aren't all your lackeys dead now? You think I won't dare to kill you just because you use the name of the Angel Clan and the third prince? As Wang Xian spoke, he flew over. Kill, kill, kill. Seeing Wang Xian approaching, Angel Gardecker's expression changed drastically as he ordered the surrounding angel army. Over 100 battle angels with third-order universe sovereign combat strength charged towards Wang Xian. Wang Xian looked over and revealed a mocking expression. Waves of annihilation energy revolved around his body. Once the battle angel got close to him, her body stiffened and her life force rapidly disappeared. He couldn't get close to Wang Xian at all. Now, the battle between ordinary third-order universe sovereigns and Wang Xian was too huge. This was like the difference between an ordinary peak venerable and a second-order sovereign. How could an ordinary peak venerable fight against a second-order sovereign? Even if they outnumbered Wang Xian, it would still be difficult for them to break through his defense. As for Wang Xian, all he had to do was release waves of destructive energy. As soon as they got close, he could kill them instantly. Wang Xian flew towards the Gardek angel without any hindrance. No, no, no. Seeing Wang Xian approaching, Gardecker's body trembled violently. As he retreated, despair filled his heart. Do you think you can escape today? Wang Xian stared at him and spoke with disdain. No, don't kill me. Angel Gardecker was on the verge of breaking down. Seeing that Wang Xian had flown to their side, he raised the huge sword in his hand and slashed at Wang Xian. Wang Xian lifted his palm and caught the huge sword easily. He stared at him emotionlessly. He exerted force in his palm and directly snatched the huge sword, staring at him calmly. His arm turned into a dragon claw and grabbed Gardecker in his hand. Facing Wang Xian's irresistible force, Gardecker's body couldn't stop trembling. Soul capture. Wang Xian stared at him with a thought. The pupils of Gardecker, who had completely broken down, started to slacken and his expression turned dull. Gardecker, send a message to your third prince immediately. Tell him that one day, I'll kill you and pluck your bird wings. Wang Xian said emotionlessly to Gardecker. Gardecker, whose soul was captured, mechanically took out his universe AI and sent a message to the third prince. Hee. Seeing him sending the message, Wang Xian revealed a smile. With a wave of his arm, Gardecker's body was thrown to the side of the Fire Falcon Phoenix. After doing all this, he scanned the entire battlefield again and fixed his gaze on the Fire Sky Phoenix. That Fire Phoenix, do you want me to go over and kill you? Or do you want to come over obediently? Wang Xian's voice sounded and entered Hua Minqian's ears. At the same time, it was also transmitted to the entire battlefield. When Hua Minqian heard this, he looked over and swallowed a mouthful of saliva. At this moment, the entire battlefield quietened down. In fact, many experts stopped fleeing and looked over to Wang Xian. Many experts could feel that Gardecker had been suppressed by Wang Xian. This could no longer be considered as suppression. It should be considered as crushing him to death. As for the words of the Dragon King, it was also a form of judgment for Hua Minqian, a judgment that would be enforced with his words. Judging the Dragon King from the angel race? This must be the Dragon King judging the angel race and the Phoenix race. Cough, 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 cough. Seeing Wang Xian staring at him, Hua Minqian let out a creepy sound. Su 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 su. His eyes were filled with fear as he looked at Wang Xian. Wang Xian was also looking at him with the same calmness. This isn't a battle of the same level. Just the Dragon King alone can easily suppress all the experts. Invincible stance. Invincible stance. The Dragon King doesn't seem to be standing on the battlefield. Instead, he's standing high and mighty in his own holy kingdom, judging those reckless fellows. The Dragon King is simply invincible. Even when the battle broke out, the Dragon King didn't take them seriously. He struck casually and crushed the experts to death easily. The difference is too huge. Around the trading area, the old monsters from the invincible domain were shocked to see this scene. Chinese MX/8/1/Z/O/M/ At this moment, the battlefield was like a chessboard, and the Dragon King was the chess player. Whoever he wanted dead, that person would die. He stood there, invincible, as though he wasn't affected by the battle. At this moment, the experts from the Angel race and the Phoenix race were like ants. Dragon King, can you spare my life? Hua Minqian looked at Wang Xian in despair as he suddenly begged. What do you think? Hee. Wang Xian let out a sarcastic laugh and flew towards him slowly. As calm as before, as though he was taking a stroll, he came before Hua Minqian. At this moment, Hua Minqian didn't even have the courage to resist. He closed his eyes slowly, awaiting Wang Xian's judgment. Wang Xian extended his dragon claws and grabbed him. At the same time, he cast the soul manipulation art. Waves of information entered Wang Xian's mind. Qingjiang Aqua Phoenix. After a few seconds, Wang Xian uttered these words softly. Chapter 3690. The Phoenix race was indeed involved. The pinnacle races wouldn't be so bored as to join in the fight against the Dragon King just because of the third prince's invitation. There was no need for the pinnacle races to offend the current divine dragon bloodline. Even though the divine dragon bloodline had declined, it was still an extremely powerful pinnacle race in the past. At present, it was still highly possible for the Dragon Palace to become a pinnacle race. Therefore, there must be a special reason for the Phoenix race to join in. Wang Xian checked the information in his mind with his eyes shining. Kill them as soon as possible. Huamintian was suppressed by him. After getting some information, his eyes shone brightly as he looked at the old witch and the rest around him and ordered, "Yes, Dragon King." The old witch and the rest of the 7 crazy demons immediately responded and unleashed all their strength. After dealing with the problem of losing their minds, they were even stronger in battle. Especially after Wang Xian suppressed Firehawk Maniac, Water Phoenix Totem, and Gardeck Angel Huamintian, their strength had already been greatly weakened. Under such circumstances, Wu Sha and the rest had the upper hand. Wang Xian stood there. The experts from the Phoenix race and Angel race didn't dare to approach him even if they were facing a group of crazy demons. He scanned the surroundings and fixed his eyes on the experts of the Angel clan and the top experts of the Phoenix clan. Wang Xian moved his palm, and the 5 elements grindstone flew towards an expert from the Angel race. This angel was surrounded by a large number of third-order universe sovereigns. He had a powerful treasure in his hand and was desperately trying to escape. However, when he sensed Wang Xian's 5 elements grindstone attacking him, his body trembled and his face was filled with despair. Bam! The 5 elements grindstone arrived above him and destroyed the battle angels around him before suppressing him easily. Arg! Kill! 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 When another angel was suppressed by Wang Xian, some of the experts from the Phoenix clan and the Angel clan who had noticed the commotion instantly went berserk. They had to go all out. Even if they had to suffer heavy injuries, even if they had to fight with their last breath, they had to go all out. Because if they didn't fight, they would die. There was no chance at all. Hee. When Wang Xian saw this, he smiled faintly. With a wave of his hand, the 5 elements grindstone charged towards the elite experts of the Phoenix clan. An unparalleled power descended directly on top of him. The Phoenix clan's top powerhouse smiled bitterly when he saw this. Ha ha ha! The Dragon King is invincible. Yao Yui gave a flattering roar. He spread his wings and they rapidly expanded, covering the entire sky. He flapped his huge wings, and countless golden quicksand and terrifying hurricanes formed, attacking the battle angels in front of him. Sha sha sha! The terrifying attack directly penetrated the bodies of the battle angels, causing them to collapse rapidly. A blood-curdling scream rang out. In the surroundings, Ming Shashang, Shursin, Lei Shan, and the other mad demons also took out their special moves. Terrifying meteorites fell from the sky and smashed towards the experts of the Phoenix clan. The ghostly dark ghost doppelganger ignored physical attacks and shuttled through the battlefield like a shadow. The lightning-fast Lei Shan caused explosions in the sky. With every explosion, a powerhouse from the Phoenix clan and the Angel clan would die. It was a terrifying formation, and the heavy water was heavy. When the mad demons took out their special moves, it was a nightmare for the experts of the Phoenix clan and the Angel clan. Every mad demon had killed their way out of the invincible domain. They had forged their reputation with the blood of a large number of experts. Now that the 7 of them had joined forces, one could imagine how terrifying they were. However, the one that terrified everyone the most was the Dragon King. Wang Xian stood there and killed any experts with a wave of his hand. None of the experts could withstand a single blow from him. It's over. This time, none of the experts of the Phoenix clan and the Angel clan can escape. Genius Wang Xian waved his arm and killed them all. Standing in the sky, Wang Xian checked all the information in his mind. Soon, he opened his eyes and looked to the side. Next, I'll look for the experts of the Angel Clan and the Phoenix Clan in the Invincible Domain and kill them. Huh. When Wu Sha and the rest heard Wang Xian, they were slightly shocked. However, they nodded immediately and said, "Yes, Dragon King. Let's go." As Wang Xian spoke, the energy of the unbeginning sacred wings shrouded them. Search for the news of the Angel Clan and the Phoenix Clan on the Universe AI or somewhere else. After that, we'll rush over. Yes, Dragon King. The 7 mad demons took action immediately. At this moment, Wang Xian's eyes were filled with a cold, murderous intent. The Angel Clan and Wang Xian were already at each other's throats. They had tried to eliminate him time and time again. In that case, he didn't have to worry about the identity of the Angel Clan. As for the Phoenix Clan, Wang Xian had found some clues from the memories of the Phoenix Clan. This was related to the Divine Dragon Island. The Divine Dragon Island was once the old lair of the Divine Dragon bloodline. That was the origin of the Divine Dragon Clan and also the foundation of the Divine Dragon Clan. Currently, the paradise on the Divine Dragon Island had been occupied by the cosmic beasts in the Sea of Mountains. However, he knew from the memories of an expert of the Phoenix Clan that the Green River Aqua Phoenix often visited the Divine Dragon Island. Chapter 3691. Starry behemoths of the mountains and seas occupied Divine Dragon Island, and the Green River aquatic phoenixes entered Divine Dragon Island. Is there a connection between these two? The astral beasts are different from the other peak races. They live more like beasts, hunting, growing, and hibernating. After the Divine Dragon race was destroyed, the other peak races did not occupy the Divine Dragon race's nest. How did it get occupied by giant star beasts? Is it because they're strong? If they were strong, how could the Green River Aqua Phoenix enter? Wang Xian was flying in the void at high speed with his eyes shining brightly. At the thought of the situation on the Divine Dragon Island, Wang Xian's mind raced. The leader of the ancestral dragon bloodline seemed to have been to the Divine Dragon Island. In the end, after being killed by the leader of the sacred dragon bloodline, he sent a message saying, "Be careful of the phoenix. There must be an important reason behind this. No matter what, the Angel Clan and Phoenix Clan have to pay the price for attacking me. I can't attack the disciples of the Angel Clan and Phoenix Clan outside, but there are no such rules in the Invincible Domain." Wang Xian's eyes gleamed with sharpness. He wanted to annihilate all the experts from the Angel and Phoenix Clans in the Invincible Domain. Leave no one alive. He wanted to let the 2 peak races know that he was not to be trifled with. Of course, perhaps the peak clans did not care about the disciples in the Invincible Domain, but that was not important. Most importantly, Wang Xian wanted to kill them. However, just as Wang Xian was flying in the void, the news of what had happened in the trading center spread like wildfire across the Invincible Domain. The Angel race and Phoenix race's experts joined forces, and over 800 Third-Order sovereigns surrounded the Dragon King. In the end, 7 crazed demons suddenly appeared. Under the Dragon King's command, they killed all the experts of the Angel race and Phoenix race. This matter caused a huge sensation. The entire Invincible Domain shook violently. This actually happened when we were leaving. This is simply unbelievable. Fuck, the experts of the Phoenix Clan and the Angel Clan are joining hands? Over 800 Third-Order sovereigns besieging the Dragon King? The Dragon King is the leader of the 7 deranged devils, and they've been subdued by the Dragon King? Every piece of news is enough to stir up the entire Invincible region. The 7 crazed devils of the Invincible realm have submitted to the Dragon King? All the experts of the Phoenix Clan and the Angel Clan were killed under the Dragon King's order? Hiss this. You didn't see it. The Dragon King's strength is the most terrifying. He can easily kill a mad demon. Mad demons can't even put up a fight in front of him. Why are the experts of the Phoenix Clan working together with the Angel Clan? We can only wait for the Dragon Palace to reach the pinnacle. The Aqua Phoenix hesitated for a moment and said, The third prince raised his eyebrows and looked at her. What is the way you are talking about? The land of mountains and seas, but this method is not feasible. Forget it. The Aqua Phoenix shook her head. When the third prince heard this, he pondered for a moment and then shook his head. There was no other way. I don't know how long we have to wait. The third prince said with a little reluctance. This wait could be at least a few thousand years, or at most tens of thousands of years. The Aqua Phoenix shook her head. Given the current situation, they were completely helpless. The Dragon King's influence had been established. Unless they broke the rules and attacked, they would not be able to eliminate him. Once they broke the rules and eliminated him, given the relationship between the Dragon Palace and the Elf Clan, they would definitely be punished. The loss outweighed the gain. Dragon King. There are experts from the Dark Angel gathering in a blessed grotto heaven. In the invincible domain, Wang Xian led Wu Sha and the rest towards the periphery. Soon, Wu Sha and the rest received a message and reported it to Wang Xian. In the invincible domain, there were still many old monsters from the Angel Clan. After all, there were only a dozen experts from the Angel Clan who attacked this time. In the invincible domain, there were at least 200 to 300 experts from the Angel Clan, especially the Dark Angel Clan. For the convenience of reading next time, you can click on the collection button below to record this event. You will be able to see it the next time you open the bookshelf. If you like Invincible Dragon Cultivation System,